and then you guys go ahead and describe your characters and talk about it for a bit. While I take a second and step away. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, panic.
Okay, so let's do none of
How
that.
can you do this to us?
No.
He abandoned us for his wife.
How can you do this?
I mean, have you seen her? I'd have been.
I have.
real?
I've gone to dinner with her several times.
Jealous.
Oh, nice.
I'm so upset.
I know
when
how
you guys
beautiful
don't
she
get
is.
tea,
Mm.
and you have,
Um,
like your little cakes and shit. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, God damn it! I want to do that.
you should. You can.
Okay.
So Letty's a corpo. She's Italian, very looks Italian, and dresses very corporate. She's a badass. I am out of practice with her accent, so
You get what you get.
yeah.
I was about to say for my character, I'm just a no frills tech. I just think of an old grumpy mechanic most of the time who has way too much augmentation at this point.
Okay. Sweet.
You can go.
Oh, you go. I need to find my character.
All right.
I don't even remember what I am.
I am Luigino Colombo, aka Gino. You probably saw him on Hogwatch, the hit TV show.
They still run that thing?
Oh,
They
yeah,
still
they
run
do.
that thing, Bucket.
Letty
Damn
loves it.
I'm sorry that you're not watching it. But yeah, he's pretty much just does cyber psycho stuff with the police department. I've suddenly forgot the name of, and yeah.
Cool.
So El Mano is a solo. He is a cyberpunk luchador.
That's awesome.
I mean, this
Um,
track.
Yeah. He has run a game with Bucket before. Like he's run a job with Bucket. I can't remember, was Gino there?
Mhm.
Gino
Yeah, we
was
were
there.
me and Cam were there
Yeah.
for it was 8 on Hogwatch.
Yeah. He likes food.
Rogies, if I remember.
Yeah, pierogies. Yep. He likes pierogies. Really though, any food. And he's got like a lot of tech going on. I think that he has a frame, doesn't he? Maybe.
Can't remember. It's been so long.
I know you have
It is-
something in the middle of your chest.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so he's got shit going on in the middle of his chest, and like when it goes red, like people die. Like he literally he punched a guy and his head exploded.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So like he's very much just muscle. But also like weirdly mildly like mannered. Just like chill.
Get you a man who can do both.
Yeah. Explode heads, but also, just Netflix and chill. Without the connotations, like legitimately just chill. But yeah,
Oh, like
He's,
actually chilling.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
We're just watching My Little Pony and eating pierogies.
I am back. Who have we all done?
Everyone
We've done
except
everybody.
Johnny.
Oh no, except for
Except
the new
for
folks.
Johnny and Kimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmy.
Okay.
You want me to go first, or you?
Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, well, he is the what is the class name? A lawman. He's a new recruit out of the academy. He's a goody two shoes. Growing up, pretty rough. Lost everyone due to corruption. He has one friend left,
Oh,
and he values, he, things might be corrupt. But he's trying to make things better where it's left off.
He's just a baby.
He is just a baby, yes. He's trying to
I
make
heard-
the city a
I
better
literally heard he
Or-
has one friend left. I'm like, well, they're gonna die.
yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
Hey, despite everything he lost, he still perseveres and, fights.
Hey,
for
lady.
another-
Oh,
My
one thing that is
goodness.
very important that I forgot.
Mm.
He's also obsessed. What's that name of that band?
I don't know.
Oh, Riftband, right?
No, yeah, Riftband.
No.
Impure Cobra.
The one that he went and he got all the signatures for.
Oh.
Oh,
special
the girl
album.
pop band.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
girly pop band.
So Trick Shot.
Trick
Yes.
Shot. Like, he is a diehard Trick Shot fan and has, like, limited edition signed copies of their albums.
And then last but not least, Kimmy.
my character is. How do you say her last name? Amada Nahu?
Her last name is technically actually Amada, and then her first name is Naho.
Na-
So Japanese,
Oh,
yeah, it's swap surname first, then actual name.
Yeah, she's known as Havoc. She's kind of down on her luck. Like, she's in the negative in money. So she needs work and doesn't have any friends. But she's a solo character. Carries a shotgun and a short sword.
That's so cool.
Okay, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to do the preparatory work that I planned on. Just life is coming at me fast today, I guess. So with that being said, Letty, where were you wanting to do the meetup?
I was hoping to do it at a bar, but that gas station could be good.
Sure. There's a bar. I believe the closest bar would actually be like in.
I think it's El Coyote Coho or
Well, the
El...
only ones that are listed. There are some that are not like actually shown
Oh.
that you could bring up on your data term. But yeah, I would say that just meeting at the gas station would be smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So these things are fogging up pretty good. So with that being said, you've described your characters. You received a call from a tip source or a fixer if you have one, or directly if you already are familiar with Letty. And they would have invited you to arrive for a gig at the Chu station on the way out of Night City to the south. And that's where the gig will start. And then what would you have said to them for payment so that it would have enticed them to do so?
1,000 per.
Okay, so 1,000 eddies. You can live pretty well on 500 so for a month. So just as a heads up to kind of give you a concept of what the currency is kind of looking at. Like I hear it, whatever you would say is like a good pay for you, kind of double that, like in real life. And I'm assuming everybody shows up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the tube station, you would see.
Oh, I'll ask her if there's gonna be food.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I show up.
I'll bring pierogies for Elmana.
Yeah!
After stopping
Yes.
by the docks, and then just kind of pick it up at Pierogi World and head out.
Yeah.
It's kind of on the way. Okay, so when you arrive, we'll assume that Chandler Bucket will arrive first because he still has his bike, unlike other people in their vehicles.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This is a dig at Chad, who's not even here.
Yeah, no.
Besides that, I think that Gino, you're probably able to muster a squad car pretty easily. And
I have a squad car.
I would say that because of what we kind of discussed and just the nature of it, your ride along is going to be
Yeah.
Isaac. Isaac is a patrol officer, which is the lowest tier or rank for NCPD. But
New blood.
he keeps asking you to kind of get in on the Hogwatch deal, which is not something you typically do, but he's got a bright, shiny face, and Cam might like him, right? So more cops against more cyber psychos makes for better TV.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So you arrive in a squad car. Kimmy and Magpie, your characters do not know each other, but there's probably one thing that you share in common with millions of other Night City denizens, in that you do not have a vehicle, and you rely on public transportation. The N cart doesn't have a line that goes all the way out there. However, there is a bus that goes all the way up to the Border Patrol station. It does have a stop at that gas station. Some Biotechnica employees actually use it and then walk their asses to the shuttle inside of Biotechnica Flats. So you arrive at the gas station via bus. Possibly even the same one, but with the timing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I need you to imagine El Mano trying to squeeze himself sideways through the door.
Yeah.
I imagine he's also sitting in the chair, just kind of like scrunched up,
just like literally like
trying
this.
to be as small as possible to be polite. Just
Yeah.
like
his knees up to his chin.
Mm-hmm.
Some old lady next to you, or like across from you, just like
with their
clutching her purse.
Yeah, well, no. She's probably like, she sees the tats. She assumes that you're, probably Valentino or something.
Yeah.
Or animal. And so, like, street recognizes street. So she's just, like, cool with you. Probably gives you, like, a hard tat candy. That sounds like something an old lady would do.
Yes.
She says she's on her way to Los Angeles. Okay. So you would arrive at the gas station. I want to point out that when you arrive, the first thing that draws your eyes in is a Militech Behemoth, which is a very massive transport used by security firms. It's effectively an armored personnel carrier, the size of like a tractor trailer truck, with like 1.5-inch steel plates all over it, armored glass and the like. And it has Biotechnica branding on it. You would see that woman who matches the description of who you were expected to meet here, Letty, is present. And Letty, another question for you, which of course is, how many of your team have you brought along with you, and if any?
Oh, like my personal team?
Your personal team, yeah.
Well, she'd have Nina on standby, and I think she'd bring Tove with her.
Tove's on site, okay. So yeah, you'd see the character that she described, and then you would also see a woman wearing kind of a white suit, long black nails, red hair. Or sorry, wrong one. Tove is black suit, dark brown hair, bright cyber green eyes, and just a very simple kind of jewelry and makeup that she is wearing. She also seems to be brandishing a assault rifle, and you would notice that there are 2 security drones or robots that are also present on site. So it looks like this is the person you're supposed to be talking to, but it also looks like she has a small like detail of an army with her. Bucket, you already know, so you walk up.
Yeah, I just walk up. I'd probably ask. I'd ask, where's that cyber psycho friend of yours?
Which one?
From what I heard, the med tech didn't make it. That's what the cowboy was telling me.
Well, it is Night City, and these things do happen.
Oh, I don't care. I was just worried that he was roaming.
I believe no.
That's good to hear. And I'd go find a seat.
Yep, it's a plastic, kind of bench setup. It's got very stereotypical for Night City, like aggressive architecture, so people can't sleep on it. Yeah, it's a hellscape we live in.
Yeah.
Already do.
And then I would say that
there's also a box on the table.
Yep, just like a simple kind of like eat outside kind of table. It's like the plastic dingy, like it was white at one point, but now it's just grime. That has like the crappy plastic umbrella above it, which has actually got bullet holes through it. And yeah, there's a box sitting there. The security drone's not too far off.
Awesome. I'd open it up, have a pastry, and take a seat.
Knows the deal. And then the cops would arrive. They have a squad car, which gives you kind of an idea of like this being. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I couldn't run out the curb.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
I'm not in trouble. She just gave me an almond joy. What are you talking
about?
about?
Oh, okay. He got a little treat.
rewarded.
She
Yeah,
loves
he got a
me,
little
even
treat.
though I suck and wasn't right there for her.
True.
Not
No,
in
not
trouble
true.
for
She's
now.
saying something I can't hear because you guys keep talking. What?
I said true.
Okay.
Stop.
Oh, she's talking.
Stop it.
All right, it's fine. Whatever. Moving right along. So the cop car
Got him.
arrives. You guys get out. You see the box on the table, Gino. You know what's up. And then for you, Letty, you see the youngest person you've ever had in a Edge Runners team. Ever, like he's 18 if he's anything.
Oh, I miss
Name of let's
Nicholas.
say hi to Letty.
Yeah, hello. It is a pleasure to meet you. Sticks his hand out.
Oh my god.
She'll
Right.
take it and kind of nod to him. It is
Gino
good to
facepalm.
meet you.
Oh, what was
You
that?
what?
Gino face palms.
It's just- I would choke upon seeing someone reach their hand out for Letty. I would genuinely choke on my pastry.
She politely takes it, seeing how like absolutely innocent and adorable this new cop is.
The
And
name
as
is
soon
not-
as they're done, I'm just gonna like give them like a little smack on the chest, not like a hard one, but like a little.
well, hey,
You gotta be hard, kid. Come on.
You're embarrassing me.
I don't know what that means yet, but I'm sorry. Won't happen again.
Okay, just
Be cool, man.
let the adults talk.
Hey, I'm 18. Listen, I am perfectly fine. I am an adult legally.
Bucket would hit his Sandevistan and appear behind Isaac and say, "When did we start hiring children?" And just immediately zoom back before you can answer.
Real quick note: if you're not familiar with the term Sandevistan, it will be a common term that we use. Sandevistan is what's known as speedware. When it's utilized, the person who's using it, it's cyberware, so it causes them to see time slower. It creates a nervous system reaction where they can see time kind of moving slower than a normal human would, and also it heightens their like biological functions so that they can actually move along with it. For our terminology, what you would have just saw there, Isaac, is the weird red-headed techie become a blur with a number of after images of him kind of spiral around behind you, speak, and then zap back to his spot. It's that fast.
Whoa.
Am I already there?
No, the bus would arrive after the cops.
Okay.
Quit picking on that kid. or I'll show you my
You
speedware.
can pick him later.
Push red and then dead.
Yeah. Push the button.
Yeah.
Push the button, kid. No. Don't push the button.
Are you trying to kill the kid or help the kid? What's going on?
No, I'm kidding. No, okay, so
Bus arrives. Everybody's on scene.
Alright. Amana would let Havoc off first. And then do his little shimmy.
Basically, once El Mono kind of pops off the bus, it kind of like lifts
Yeah.
up a bit. as
Yeah,
if
it's just like and then okay, I'll let you go first, Kimmy.
Havoc would just walk up to Letty and just say, Havoc, I'm ready to work.
Welcome to the team. And then
Thanks,
she'll
ma'am.
motion to the table with pastry box on it.
Then Ilmano will come up and she'll be like, "Hello, miss." I don't know why I said it that way, but anyway.
It is good to meet you. You are El Mano, yes?
Yes.
I can tell by the
I think he
well,
has it tattooed somewhere on his
yeah.
body. Actually,
Right
he's like
across.
El
I think
Mano.
it's like right
El
across
Mano.
the
How'd you know what my name was?
I am very perceptive. Thank you.
Ah, okay. And then he kind of looks around and then like does a
And she'll
double take
just
because there's literally a kid here. And then he got a job. He's so excited. And then do you draw his attention to the food?
yeah.
Okay, he goes over to the
Bucket might
table.
be the only other one who got one.
So,
Yeah.
as you're going for the food and kind of chiming in there, what you'll see is that Tove has been holding a data pad the whole time. She looks at Letty each time somebody comes up to her and nods because she pulls your file and basically has all your information on her side. Once everybody's accounted for, she will then say to Letty, I'll get it ready, and then we'll move into the vehicle where she will be driving. You'll see the two security drones go to the back. You'll hear the loading rack drop, and she will get into the car and start it. It is now kind of like a rumbling sensation nearby. It's not going to distort like conversations or anything. You might have to speak up a little bit, but yeah, the car, or rather the transport, is ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead with
Yeah.
work.
Amano has the box of pastries, and he's sitting in his little cramped position. And he's like, "Oh, Mr. Bucket,
I would
you should."
open one of my tactical packs and pull out just a bag of pierogies and hold them over and just be like long time no see, friend.
Oh man, thank you. Yes, I knew I liked you. And then now he just has like a pile of food, and he's so happy.
He pops open a pierogi and just shoves a pastry.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, literally, it's just
squishes
like
it into a ball.
making
And...
like yes, literally what's happening right now. He's just so happy.
Big man, big appetite.
So, if you'd like, I can go ahead and just like surmise the details of the sortie, just so we can kind of move it along. It's a one shot, so I just want to make sure tempo. We're moving by quick. Letty explains that you're going into the Biotechnica Flats. She is a representative of Biotechnica, and she would like to clear an abandoned construction camp of all unofficial individuals who are currently in it. And she has brought in representatives of Night City Police Department to, if a necessity for non-lethal acquisition of individuals is something that needs to be done, she will not have to execute them because that would be corporate policy. She can instead pass it off to Night City and leave it to Gino and the new kid. However, she will be going in with lethal force, and that's why she's hired these other individuals who will also be doing that. You will secure the construction camp, ensure that everything on site is property wise maintained. She does not want destruction of any property. And then once that's done, she will expect the group to be with her when she addresses audit violators in a nearby protein farm, and make sure that they are secured non lethally and brought aboard the vehicle that you have, hence the amount of space that you have in there. And they are taken back to Biotechnica for firing. Effectively, they are being fired. Just a little bit more violently than your typical firing because they are doing something they shouldn't be doing, which we'll get into when we get there. You'll drive out on the vehicle. You'll be making your way down the road a bit and then entering in one of the numbered entrances. All the entrances that you pass by, it says Biotechnica and then it says Gate 0. And that's each one that you pass by on the road. All of them are Gate 0. For those who are in the know, the Biotechnica flats have a series of divides. Gate 0 is the first entryway or first barrier, and then you can see kind of gray partitions with like black doorways moving along towards the west, and those will be subsequent gates. So you're not going too deep into the flats, you're just going kind of right inside. And the camp, as it's addressed, was utilized by nomad laborers who were being used to help construct the gates in that area, or not the gates, sorry, the flats, the farms in that area. And their construction site was abandoned when the labor had to leave due to government problems. They kind of said they were not legal Night City citizens, so they had to be removed. SoCal Aldecados, presumably, just a nomad family that came up from the south. Okay. That said, I'll move you to a larger map. And as far as gravity goes, the normal map size, this is not a battle map by any stretch, but it might be. But normal battle map size will have 2-meter squares, similar to 5-foot squares in D&D. And you'll kind of, when you move, your movement score determines how many squares you'll move in those instances. With that being said, though, the detachment will kind of move in. Tove will maintain vehicle status because you don't really have an official driver, and she'll park the vehicle thusly so it's off the main road and accessible for your group. When you look at the camp in question, the things that you'll notice is it looks like there are a number of trailers that have been here so long that the sand has kind of taken them. They are kind of like buried in it. And then there are trailers that look like they're still in use, or at least they were recently. You can see that there are satellite dishes for connections to, effectively cable, TV stations, and the like. And it looks like there's a water silo on site that looks like it's relatively fresh and unmarred by the sand buildup. But some parts are not so good, some parts are. Then, for those of you who are kind of searching this area, we'll discuss kind of like what you can search in the camp. But the one thing that stands out, and I think most of you have kind of spotted it, is that there's a building present. It's not just a campsite. It looks like there was a permanent structure that has been put up here. That structure looks like... Baby cat, please don't do it. This.
Yes. Shimbo!
Does everybody have that handout?
Yes,
Yes.
foreman's
Oh,
office.
Yep.
there's like
It
animation in the
moves.
background too. Yeah, it moves. That's cool.
Little
Rad.
garage and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the other spaces that are around it, there are a total of 4 trailers, the water site I mentioned, and a shack. The shack is not, it is a permanent structure, but it is not a permanent structure, if you get what I mean. So with that being said, each one of you can isolate a specific area and focus on it if you'd like. And then Letty, if you'd like, you can. Tove will remain in the vehicle. That's where she lives now.
Yep.
She's been getting driving instruction from Mooney. I don't know how. He doesn't have a car right now. But
Arwen buckets, that's how.
but the 2 security drones, you can basically point and click, and they will go where you want, and they will do what you want. Also, you have a tablet if you wish to view from their eye sockets. You can.
Mm.
While you all do that, I'm going to start with whoever wants to go first. I'm going to continue chewing up some food, but go ahead.
So, hmm.
Oh, boss, where do you want to start?
Yeah, boss. What do you want us?
I'm putting this on her.
So much pressure.
Company
Me,
dinner.
where do I
Yeah,
want the
boss.
robots? Everyone else, where do you want me? Oh God.
I was gonna say, I think me and Elmano can open a garage door or two and deal with
I
that
can do
area if
that.
need be.
Yeah.
I'm good at
kind of-
opening doors, man.
You are. And suplexing people, which is why I want to be with you.
I
Non-lethal.
love this character so much.
Well, non-lethal to the Biotechnica employees.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, wait, he scratches his head after that comment. Not his head.
So, real
Your
quick,
kid?
hold on,
I-
just to cover Johnny's point there. You are obviously not going to try and kill anybody. She said detain them if you wish, but they are squatters. Biotechnica has every right to execute them. They are not supposed to
Yeah.
be here. They have broken the law. The law says corporations
You
have the
must
right
die.
to remove them. As a kindness, she said, if they are not hostile, like if they don't come brandishing guns, they're not just going to kill them.
Yeah.
They will shoot back if they're shot at, or they see like it as a threat. But if they go into like one of these trailers and they're just like an old guy, like, you know, jorking to peanuts, right? And he's like, whoa, whoa, and you're just gonna arrest that guy. You're
Yeah.
just
Just
gonna
see
arrest that guy.
Carl.
Carl, no.
Oh my.
What are you doing?
So, Letty, you're the one who's telling people where to go. I believe Bucket made a suggestion.
I would like to have this is hard. So that looks like it has more than one entry and exit point. My goal, if this helps, is I would like to have no one run and then come back. So maybe we start
Do you want me to go around back?
with some like. See, we have 1, 2.
You want to check out the foreman's office first?
You know, a great part of management?
Making decisions.
No.
Delegate.
Delegating decisions. Go, Gino.
Yeah.
You're in charge of this raid on the foreman's office. Do it how you think should be done.
All right.
If you want to do that.
Amano,
if
yeah.
you want to do that. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to give it to Gino.
No,
Do
that's
not
fine.
give
With
anything to
this is the foreman's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
Oh wait, this is.
No.
What is?
It's this
No,
one.
the bigger one is.
Okay. Bigger one. Okay.
Okay, the bigger one. Okay.
This is a shack. There are 4 trailers that appear to be active.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest are shit.
No, sorry, it wasn't the one on the left. It's just these 2 on the right and these 2 kind of on the left here. This is not a.
Okay.
This is not an active one. And then this is a water tower.
Right. Okay.
So those are the points of interest. If you want to tell people to go search this, go search this, go search this, that works. Or if you want to have,
Good.
We
I
take
have-
out the water tower.
you're paying them 1,000 eddies for this job, so you can tell them to do
Right.
whatever you want. In fact, you can tell them to just do what
I
they want.
would like 2 over here checking out these trailers.
Okay.
2 over here. And then the rest. Does the shack look like it's active?
No, it doesn't look like it's active. You can kind of see through it, but it does look like there's shit in it. Like there's stuff in there.
There's stuff in there. Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to simplify the process, you got 2 security drones. You can have them go one way or the other. Where would you like them to go first?
I would like them to. One over here
Okay.
one over here,
Okay.
with one of the crew going to each.
Yep. Who's going to the left? You got two
Um,
solos if that's your goal. Just got to be decisive. That's all I'm
Yes.
asking you to do.
Actually, no. I want the cops to go.
Okay. So
Wow.
just like, yeah, it doesn't. This is not terribly important. Like, if you just point, like, I see you overthinking it a lot. I'm sorry. Just whoever goes wherever, right? If you want them to do it on their own, you can have them operate freely, or you can just tell them where to go. I think they want you to tell them where to go.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's not going to make a difference.
Pay me 2 months' salary. Yeah, you should tell me where I should go.
Right.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Do you want to split the cops? Have one cop on, help clear out the left side, and the other cop on the right side.
That's what I was saying that I
With a
wanted.
drone. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a drone. So one pair here, and then the two solos and the tech with me kind of circling the building.
Okay. So then you circle the building. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Johnny. No, I'm kidding. We'll start with John. You go over to the trailers over there. One trailer looks like it is more functional than the other. As you kind of browse the area, what you'll notice is there does appear to be a heavy foot traffic from the the more used one than the less used one.
Which one's which?
So the one that looks like it has an antenna on it, that's the more used one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And then as you kind of approach, what you'll hear is that there seems to be some sort of TV broadcast coming from the one on the right. The one on the left, quiet as the grave. The security drone seems to be focused in on the one with sound coming from it. How would you like
Can I
to
hear
approach?
what it is?
It's the commercials channel.
No.
Not Hogwatch.
What? No Hogwatch?
That'd be hilarious.
Hogwatch is
I mean, I'm gonna let
afternoon.
the. That's fair. It's prime time, baby. All right. I guess I'll. Can I tell the drone to move? Is that how this works, or is it like the drone acts on its own accord and I'm also there?
I assume that Letty gave control of it to you if she planned on you going with it to task.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's any windows, I'd have the drone kind of look into the windows, and then is the door closed or open? Or is there a door?
There's a door. It is closed, but it definitely looks like it is hanging in its frame instead of kind of like nicely sealed or locked or like actually latched or closed. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a struggle to get through the door.
All right.
The
drone in the window.
The drone peeks its head
the
up
door
to look into the window, and I'm going to pause there. Okay. On Johnny's side, you come over, and it's a relatively quiet area. You can hear what sounds like rushing water nearby, and as you take a second, you realize that it is the water supply near you, which is strange because it should just be like still water, kind of settled inside of like a salvo, but that's not the case. It sounds like there's actually flowing water inside of it or around it. Both of these appear to be pretty quiet. Not really much going on there. How would you like to approach?
I guess you investigate the running water there.
Okay. You move away from the trailers and head over to it. I'll go ahead and pause you there. And then Letty, you have the main group kind of focus in around the space. There are windows, but the windows have metallic kind of window structures. So instead of being like a glass pane window, it is a metal structure that's kind of like blinds. And when you press a button on the side, the blinds shift and then fly up. Shutters is the word I want to use. So they don't have really glass paneling or anything to that effect. The garage door looks like it's brand new, like maybe 2075 is when that thing was made. And there is a security panel on the front entrance, which is right around the kind of this side of the building. El Mano, there doesn't look like there is a back exit. The only way that would be possible for someone to exit out of the space is if they opened the shutters and then jumped out the window.
Okay. Is there a side entrance like between these?
No, there is no side entrance. There's no entrance on the side of the garage either. It seems like the only two access points are the garage door and the front door.
Okay, he come around the corner of the building and just get Letty's attention and
Pause.
be like,
So at that point, as you're coming arounding the bend, Johnny, as you're moving over to the water filtration system, and as you all are kind of positioned where you are, you hear a gunshot. Gino, from your position as you're about to breach the door, you look to the right and you see a bullet bounce off of the dome of the Biotechnica security drone. It does not affect it very much. It kind of looks like it glances off. What would you like to do in response? You're muted. You're muted. Oh.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Fuck. I
Right
guess
now,
I'll-
of all places.
Of all places.
I mean, some people probably are doing it, Trailer park?
Like,
Not much to do.
all right, shitbag. Listen here. We
As
can
you're trying to finish that
do this
sentence.
nicely.
As you're trying to finish that sentence and everyone's getting the initial, like, oh shit, and everyone's kind of like, figuring out what's going on, the crack of the gunshot, you then hear the rapid fire return as the drone just lifts its arms up nonchalantly, lifting the assault rifle, and just starts into the space.
all right,
Okay.
shitbag.
And what you're looking at as you're like getting
It's
ready
like-
to break through the door
Like,
is it's not that. It's more like it's like
Okay.
a assault rifle, right? But it's like
Okay,
full auto fire just dumped into the window. As you kind of see that happen from your right, the door just slowly, almost cinematically creaks open to reveal the man that is sitting on a couch with a pistol in his hand, clenched in his death grip, his upper body ripped to pieces, similar to RoboCop, when Ed 209 just lights up.
we got it. We got
Got
there.
him.
Oh my.
Hey.
Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to move you here. The drone that you're with, Johnny, or rather that Isaac is with, its eye turns red, which means it's activated for combat. Obviously, John, I don't need to tell you that your drone's eye is bright fucking red. But everybody
Yeah.
else, I want you to
Red.
tell me what in sequence you want to do in that immediate aftermath of the shooting.
I take out my pistol.
Pistols out.
Yeah, I draw my pistol.
Elmano, you're not too far away from the action. Do you wish to move towards
Yeah.
it? Okay. So
Yeah.
you come around the corner and come in between the two trailers. You see the drone drop its arms, turn its body, and point the gun at you, and then it stops and lowers the weapon immediately, as if you have been sequenced as someone who is not active to be fired upon. Gino, do you enter into the space?
I'll definitely take out my I'll have like my assault rifle ready and kind of like, clear.
Yep. You enter into the space and you would see that the guy is the only person inside of the space. However, it does look like a space where multiple people have been living. And from what you can tell, it looks like they've been sleeping in shifts. So it looks like there's probably like a dozen or so people who might be here, but there's only bedding space for about 4.
Over comms, I'll say it looks like we could possibly have about 4 sleeping in this one.
Well, that is being said, Johnny, make a perception roll.
Okay,
So we're going to do your first roll here, buddy. So you go
Yep.
to your skills, it's kind of towards the top. You should see one that says awareness on the top, the tab that says awareness.
I. Where's the character sheet to open? See that?
Oh, did you just join and I didn't give you control of your character sheet? That's what happened. I'm the
It's
worst
funny.
friend.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, you're doing your best. Okay,
Thank
there.
you. I appreciate that. So up at the top, you have buttons for hit points and initiative. Then you have your stats, which are not important yet. Derived statistics below that, and then skills. You see that?
Yep.
Click on awareness on the top tab.
Top tab awareness. Right now I have low awareness because there it is. Okay.
And then you should see
And
one of the boxes is perception. You're going to click
perception.
that bad boy.
Boop.
Okay. You hear a soft footstep and a creak of metal. And when you turn around, the drone has not spotted this. Only you have. You see a man, somewhere in his 40s, tattoos all over his body up to his neck, holding a massive revolver pointed at you. What would you like to do before he pulls the trigger?
Ooh, is there cover near him?
There is cover. You could move behind the trailer if you'd like.
He's gonna do that. And he said, "Hey, stand down. Put
Okay.
that weapon down."
As
So
you
take
move
cover.
to that position, the drone becomes aware of the target because you activated or you spoke at him. Will turn its attention. When it does so, the man with the revolver shifts his attention to the drone. Will pull the trigger. And will hit in the head. And unfortunately, will damage the drone to the point where its gun will lower and it will just kind of back away and move towards cover itself. Okay, so more shooting is happening to the left, and you would hear this Havoc, Bucket, Letty, everybody. But obviously, situational awareness for you, Havoc, it does seem that it's pretty close to you. The gunman that shot at you, Isaac, is now moving to try and get an angle on you to try and shoot you. And you are situationally aware enough with training to know that that's coming. So
Fresh out of training.
before
No
Yep.
excuses.
before it comes down to Havoc having an option here, what would you like to do? Johnny?
I don't think he realizes.
Oh, you said.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah, I was
second.
gonna-
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So was I. But opportunity is still yours. You have an
Oh, okay.
opportunity to. You get a second bite of the apple here.
Yeah.
He is not standing down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's gonna try to shoot back, but make sure he's using the rubber bullets. Though.
Okay.
He's not.
So
like-
your distance is pretty good. Go ahead and on your left side, kind of underneath skills, you should see weapons. And your weapon is called a Militech Ronin.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to shoot him just one shot, 3-shot burst, or do you want to like full auto him?
3-shot burst. Because
Okay, so go ahead and
gonna
just click. Yeah, just click the attack. I
Okay.
believe. Oh no, it's the hyper light that has 3-shot burst, not that. So yeah, just go ahead and click the regular. It's gonna be a single shot.
Okay. I'm trying to.
So
There's a lot of things on the sheet here.
no, for sure, you're learning. If you scroll down past Lawman critical injuries, you should see a section that says weapons and armor.
Okay, there's weapons.
Right beneath weapons, it says Militech Ronin, and then there should be a button that says attack. Click
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever want to shoot this gun in auto fire, you see how there's that little red lever?
Ooh.
You'll click that and
Yeah.
it'll slide to the side, and then it'll fire full auto. And then
Okay.
the wording here will be different. So this is a single shot from the Militech Ronin. You are close enough or you're at a distance enough that I'd say that this is advantageous to you. Probably about 20 or so meters, 25 or so meters away. So I'm going to say that that is a miss because it wouldn't have hit even at the most advantageous. You take a shot, you miss, brings you out into the open for just a bit, and he's going to return fire at you. And he will hit you in the head.
Wait, why did he miss?
17
He
is what he got. 13 is the
I was
damage.
I was
No.
like, why did he miss? He got
Sorry.
like the best
Sorry.
roll.
Sorry. I was reading the damage as the attack roll. I am
Me
done.
too.
Is what happened. So yeah, no, you hit. So real quick
Okay.
note: difficulty values are set by your distance. Okay, not by a person having a magical ability to dodge. Although there are people who have magical abilities to dodge. Fuck Reggie. Um,
I was thinking of Guinea.
so you hit, and you would have hit the chest on this individual. He is not downed, and because it is a rubber round, it doesn't seem to affect his armor at all. So with that being said, Havoc, you hear gunfire right around the trailer. Based on the location that you can see the cop in, your move would probably be here to flank. Do you wish to engage in that practice?
Yes.
Okay, you come around to the other side of the trailer, you see the target, man as I described. Do you take a shot?
Heck yes.
Okay, so you've been told how the weapons work. You have a number of weapons. I would say with your position, you could close if you want to use the shotgun, the Carnage.
Nah. I'll save it for later. But you said under weapons, you click.
The word attack next to the weapon.
I don't have the word attack. I have the word clear next to the weapon.
Go up to
Oh,
the,
you're in edit mode.
go up to the top where it says weapons, and there should be an edit and a pen. Click that so it's not an edit, or close. It should say X close. Click that so it's closed and says edit. Then you'll have
Okay.
the big red buttons.
Got it. And then click attack. Okay.
Okay, so assault rifle up, shots through, just a single shot, and then you hit the chest just as Johnny would have. This is a lethal round, so what you watch, Johnny, as you hit him, the rubber round hits his Kevlar chest plate, kind of bounces off. You see the woman who's a part of your team come around the corner, weapon up, pull the trigger, shoot him through the chest, and you can see him kind of bleeding a bit. And he falls to the ground dead.
He just shocked.
What do you say? What do you say, Havoc? What do you say?
You alright, kid?
Well, yes. Thanks for having my back.
The drone,
Yeah.
slightly damaged, will return to you in your side, Johnny. You would see that its optic, the large center globe in its eye, as its eye on the part of its head, it does appear to have some damage. And Letty, from here on forward, when you're making perception checks through the tablet, they will be at a penalty.
The drone. Well, thanks for.
Can we
having
put a pip on him?
Yeah, so you know which one's which.
Yes.
For sure.
Bucket would look at Letty and go, "Rubber rounds? That's who you brought?"
Well, sometimes we don't need lethal force.
Can I hear that?
No.
Damn.
So
Bucket would just
You're
Bucket would just be reminiscing about like Ham and Mooney and like the gunfights and be like, and now we have Rubber Rounds McGee. That's who we're dealing. Oh, cool.
Night City's a fucked up place, dude. It
Rubber
takes all
rounds
types.
Reyes.
It takes all types. It takes all types. Is basically
It
what
does.
It does. Elmano, you would see that Gino enters into the trailer, and upon doing so, you would note that they appear to have succeeded in what they had set out to do, and you kind of investigate the other trailer along with them, since you're over there already. And what you would note is inside of this space, and real quick, I want to make sure something's very clear. Content warnings are blaring. It's Cyberpunk. If anything has kind of gotten to you a bit so far, I apologize. If there is ever a time, and I just want to make sure this is very clear moving forward, because we are going to deal with some body horror here. Just stop me. Just say stop, John, and then I will pause and I will back up. Okay. I just want to make sure that everyone who hasn't played Cyberpunk is well aware that I am more than willing to, on the fly, stop something for you. Elmano, when you and the drone open up this space, you see a number of clear plastic sheets that are kind of like the vacuum seal sheets hanging from a bar on the ceiling, and you're very clearly able to detect that these are kind of squished material. You can see human flesh, and in some of this aspects you can see human facial features inside of these packets, and there's kind of like a soft reddish pink hue to the whole thing. The one thing that is very disturbing for you, Elmano, that would be kind of like, oh, is each one of the faces seems to be the same. They all appear to be of a 20-something woman who has been basically vacuum sealed in this back, and it's the same woman each time, which is really weird.
Moisturize me.
Yeah, yes, very solid Doctor Who reference. If inspiration was a thing in this game, I'd give it to you, but it's not. We don't do that here.
A love point. 10 eddies. Just on the ground.
Yeah, there are 10 eddies on the ground. You pick them up.
Yes.
I like this
Wait,
mechanism.
are the eddies coins? Because I can't imagine a big wrestler being able to pick up tiny coins.
No.
with their big
It would be
fingers.
a tenner. It would be like a $10 bill.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Just saying.
Or like a cred stick.
Like,
Yeah. Big sausage fingers trying to pick something off of the ground.
It's trying to get a coin
Trying
off
to
a
get a
table with
sticker
no
off with
nails.
fake nails.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, they might have an issue with a cred stick.
there's no stress. It's
Um,
Hey, really?
not Star Wars.
All right.
Well,
That's
you'd say gold plus platinum.
Gino. There's a bunch of lady faces
Hey,
in here.
why lady faces?
Lady faces.
I'll go over.
Gino, I got a
He's
question
like
for you.
literally like smushing his face, like lady faces.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
go in and look? I got a question for you. Have you met Letty's entourage? Like her team?
Some of them.
Did you
The
meet
one
Nina,
that's been on the jobs.
the
I don't
Netrunner?
remember.
Who-
I
I
don't
don't think he
remember.
has.
Okay. You don't recognize the face.
Oh shit, that's kind of fucked, bud.
This is weird.
How dare you?
What? What?
No,
What?
no. I'm talking to John, OG John.
Oh. Then I'll go on comms and be like,
The drone
what
has
kind of play?
eyes on it. Go ahead with comms.
Yeah, you want to take a look at the drone? There, lady.
You see it.
Yep. Well, that is interesting, I suppose we could say.
What kind of protein farm is this?
One that we are trying to shut down, clearly.
It's it's something.
And this is in this.
It's in a trailer that
Yeah.
doesn't have the thing. Yeah, there's just like 10 of these
The other one.
protein packs. Excuse me. They're probably about 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide.
Mhm.
And then you just basically imagine a person has been deboned and then vacuum sealed.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Again,
oh
Kimmy,
my.
if
Yeah.
that
Oh jeez.
if that was bad, I apologize. I genuinely apologize.
Just human chicken.
That's actually insane.
Magpie, that was again very astute. There happened to be another 10 Eddie bill next to the one you just picked up. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
I'm so
Somebody
good at this
Their
game.
pocket.
My character's awesome. I actually do well. This is the best. Kimmy and Johnny. I don't
When
know
you said
about this.
deboned,
Yeah.
you know how people will eat like a chicken wing and they just like pull bones
Yeah.
out?
Oh yeah.
You just suck
That's
it
what
off.
my head went. My head went deboned, and I was just like,
Yep. Bucket. Let's focus in on the foreman's place. Johnny and Kimmy. We'll deal with the left side trailer here in a second. It's a bit different, but Bucket.
Oh no.
When
Yeah.
you look at the garage door, you're aware that there are garage locking mechanisms on the interior that are not going to be effectuated by external security. What that means is it's a manual mechanism. So looking at the system, you know that there's no means for you to open this without being inside. When you look over at the door to the foreman's office, you do see a security panel, and it is borderline sad how basic that bitch is. Like you could definitely crack it with a DV7, no problem.
So you want me to roll an electronics roll?
If you'd like, yeah.
There you go.
You walk over to it, tech scanner out. The door is opened when you press a button at your pleasure.
Oh yeah, I would look over at Letty and ask if she. Are you coming in with me, or are you staying out here?
I suppose I can go in.
It's up to you, boss. And I would click the door to have it open.
Okay. You open the door, and inside there's a very strange looking living space inside this area. I didn't really get much image on the living space because to me it wasn't terribly important. But basically, it looks like one person has been living in this room for some time. It has a scent of a kind of masculine person. There's definitely an odor if anybody has lived with a male or is a male.
He just pees in the corner.
You may be aware of the scents that I might be describing. They stink. Men stink. And you also get a immediate rush when you kind of step in for that first step of a very foul odor coming from your right. When you turn to the right, you would see that this is a door, no longer just an entranceway into a bathroom.
Great.
This
Gross.
is what that looks like. And yes, if you pay close attention, there are cockroaches and flies in this space. Looks like the bathtub has a very strange staining on the base of it that is not dirt that you can tell.
Is it hair dye?
If you'd like,
Bucket would
to investigate it, you can.
Very optimistic.
Yeah. Bucket
Very
would
optimistic.
happily turn on his nose filters,
Yep.
nasal filters, and walk towards the bathroom.
Yep.
Um,
So, you're a pretty smart guy, so you're aware of how plumbing works as a tech. You would know that this seems to go into what would be a septic tank.
Yeah.
Based on the amount of overflow that is present in the base of the toilet, your imagination goes to that septic tank being foul as it can be. Full to the brim with shit. When you look to the left and into the bathtub, the staining to you doesn't appear to be any kind of human detriment, like any detriment that would come off of a human for bathing. Instead, it looks like chemical staining. If you would like, you can make either a science, chemistry, or a basic tech roll.
do a basic tech roll.
I figured as much.
There you go.
Chemistry is probably not on many people's lists of skills they spend.
I don't
money
even
on.
know where chemistry is.
I think it's under education.
The liquid that is present in this bathtub appears to be, at least to your recollection or your understanding, WD-40 in like heavy amounts and kind of some strange like space that it's kind of like been allowed to sit for a very long time and stain the basin of this, or it's readily kind of utilized over and over again for some reason in this bathtub.
I would relay that to Letty over comms.
You rolled so high, I just want to make sure you note, some people who are Chrome users who are not very smart about maintenance will bathe their parts in greasers so that they can keep things moving.
I was legitimately thinking like, oh, that's something we kind of did in the military in circumstances, was soak your weapons like that if need be. So I was like, I kind of understand, and I was on the right track.
You're on the right track. You just had to go, I'm the weapon.
Yeah. So I would reply back that someone has some heavy cyberware if they're willing to soak themselves in WD-40. And I would happily leave the bathroom and look over at Letty and say, where to next.
Oh, sorry. There was a door on the
Oh.
left that leads into the space further.
Oh, okay, then
the access
I'd
to the
happily keep
garage.
going.
We'll
Yeah.
get to you in a second. We're going to switch back to Havoc and Isaac. Do you two wish to search the trailers on that side?
Yeah.
Oh yes. We
Okay.
could also like more alert. Also be looking around if there's any more
Sure.
bogeys out
The
there.
door that was opened, you look
Can I
inside
make
of.
a point? But
Go-
when we go, I'm gonna tell him that I'll take point, and I'll have my weapon out and ready, because I'm just gonna walk in, gun right there.
Okay. You very point and kind of pointedly, like almost military style, kind of check your corners, look inside of the space, and move into the trailer that the individual you shot dead came out of. Upon entering it, you'll see that this space, very much like the space on the opposite side, looks like it's rotational living arrangement. And what you'll note here as well is that the effectively the bed space that would be used by like the trailer kind of like overhead of the kind of driving space, you know, that kind of like overhang that like is sometimes used as a bed space, like the loft bed, there appears to be
Yeah.
someone in it.
Ooh.
I want to go up and put my gun in their face.
Okay, what you'll notice is
Just
that
poke them.
when you come over to it, the blanket is drawn up over the person's face so that you can't see that like their face at all. And when you place the gun against where their face is and then push the blanket aside, you're greeted by the death mask of an individual who's been laying there for possibly a few days. The stench is present, but in the heat it's kind of muted. Like it seems that it hasn't been contained
He
in
dried
here,
out.
and he's kind of got to a point where the scent portion of his demise has kind of that's already passed. Next to him, there are a couple of canisters, which are basically like hypos. Your presumption is drug use was the situation that happened here. As someone who isn't probably terribly savvy with drugs, it's probably something you're aware of, but not going to know the deets on.
Well, that's a sad sight to see. Shame.
And then Letty, you're getting some of this, but again, it's kind of coming through. Like you can see the crack on the lens
Right.
situation. Bucket, with your shotgun, I presume, out. You come around the space into the foreman's kind of entryway. There are two means of kind of exiting out once you kind of come in this little tiny little square hallway. There's a staircase that leads into the ground. And then there is a door that leads into what you would have to assume is the garage. And then there is a ladder on the back wall that leads up onto the roof. Do you wish to descend or enter into the garage?
Personally, I'd rather go in the garage, but I would leave that up to the one paying me. If she wants to see the roof first, we can see the roof first. If we want to see the garage first, we can see the garage first.
You pop the door open just to check, and inside you see a beautiful, brand new almost car with Aldecado markings on it. Aldecados being one of the nomad families of Night City.
That's not Mooney's, right?
It's not Mooney's car.
But it's not Mooney's family either, right?
It is technically Mooney's family in that it is Mooney's nation, not Mooney's family.
We just became friends again. I gotta be honest, Bucket's lost an arm for a weapon, so he'd walk right in that garage. No questions asked.
You would note that this car appears to, based on everything that you can surveil, to have been stolen. This does not look like it belongs here. You can also see that the tools on the table look like they were effectively in the process of getting it situated for incognito. So they were removing the license plate and replacing it with one that is, you can see it has no license plate. It doesn't look like they're going to replace it with anything. And basically making it a vehicle that wouldn't be trackable or marked.
Bucket's done that before, so...
In fact, was just about to do it a minute ago. Yeah. So that's what's in that garage. And Letty, you come in and see the vehicle in question. It's a beautiful looking ride.
Mhm.
I would look at Letty and be like, "That's not Biotechnica's, right?"
Does not look like it.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. Bucket's not riding out of here in that caravan vehicle unless it's absolutely necessary.
Do you need a new car?
I always do.
Well, if
But then
things go
I
well,
would
I suppose you could have it.
I would happily then go to the roof next after seeing it.
Yeah, boring. It's just a vantage point. You kind of look up there and see that there's nobody on it, nothing special on it.
Okay.
Could I
You-
call
the team in?
Isaac or yeah, actually the whole team, because there
Yeah.
wasn't anyone in the.
Yeah, from what you're going to kind of get from exteriors is the other trailer that they're about to enter into, which I'm about to explain to them, does have something different in it, but doesn't really mean much to you guys. But if Bucket gets wind of it, maybe. Inside, there is a grinder, a massive spoked metal grinder that is slowly oscillating inside of the trailer, and it looks like it's covered with blood and chunks of person. Beneath it, it looks like there's a receptacle for you to place a bag underneath it and contain flesh bits. However, there are no bags in this space,
Like there's not
empty
casing or anything.
or full. Yeah, there's nothing
No
like
human
that.
sausage.
It looks like whatever was made here in the sausage factory has been taken from this place and taken elsewhere.
Someone's
You, Isaac, and Havoc would be aware that some scavs, which are kind of small gangs that kind of prey on people, some of them look for chrome, dead guys' parts. Take all the stuff that they had on them, sell it at up market as much as you can get for it. But some scavs take people and sell it for flesh because nobody checks to see what Scop's made out of. Everybody doesn't. There's nobody here that has eaten real meat with the exception of Letty. Okay? Like actual cow or pig, that was decades ago before, it became a scarcity. You've eaten protein that was grown, farm grown, or on the lower end of things, if you're really desperate, you've bought from a street vendor, and unfortunately, who knows what's in that.
So,
Night
That's
City's a
between you
hellscape.
and God.
Night City's a
you
hellscape.
could, you could say people are eating peoples, which is
Yeah, soylent.
Yeah.
Soylent Green is
So-
people.
Soylent Green.
I would say that I would say with the exception of like Havoc, who probably doesn't give a shit, right? Because she's got a job to do. But Isaac, Gino, you probably buy good pre-pack, which is like from a vendor you can trust, like All
Gino.
Foods. Go ahead.
Gino definitely buys good pre
Oh,
good
New Whole
pre-pack.
Foods.
yeah.
El Mano eats street food though, for sure, right?
100%.
100%.
So does Bucket.
Almost
Yeah.
exclusively.
Bucket doesn't care. Letty is
No.
the only person here who has like a taste qualifier, right?
Oh yeah.
She gets paid a lot more than you guys do monthly.
Yeah.
So with that said, you're called back after seeing that, returning back to the crew. Everybody ends up where the only point that you have not entered into is the staircase down to who knows what. A basement.
I don't. John, this is giving me flashbacks. You said there were no big bads here.
I told you there were no big bags. I didn't tell you there were no basements. Because if I told you there were no basements, that would have been a lie.
That's been a lie.
That would never. Would never.
Whew.
After
So-
you.
Yeah, I'd go first.
Okay. So when you get down to the bottom, the door opens up and enters into a space that is a bit claustrophobic. What you notice, Bucket, kind of leading the charge here, and as others start to file in towards the steps and move with you, is that the pipe on the right appears to be a pipeline that's connected directly to the water sources for the entirety of this section of the protein plant, the protein farms. On the left, they have servers set up for some reason. I'm talking, these are databases, like data fortress setups that are kind of present on the left here, that are attached to a number of wires that run into the wall that you're looking directly at. And you can see that that door that's put into that wall in front of you looks very makeshift. Like they blew out the wall and then just like put the door in there for added security. It almost looks like there should be 2 doors.
Okay. Well, you said everyone filed in, right?
Yeah, everybody is going to be in this basement by the end of my sentence.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
look back and see El Mano and motion El Mano to the front with me. Because if I'm walking in there, I need someone to move the door. And who's better to move the door than the biggest person I know?
Yeah, get up in there, big guy. Come
And
on.
yeah, so
Yeah.
unlike most doors in Night City that you'd be familiar with, this door doesn't slide. This door opens with hinges. And it seems to open in.
Oh, that's...
Yep. The other thing you'll notice on the ground, and you can kind of see it here. You can kind of see it on the ground there. There's like a trail or like a thing kind of running up to it. What you'll notice is that's actually like a track, like a metal like I-beam track that seems to run into the space ahead.
Okay. Well, I would ask El Mano if they wanted to breach. I'd have my pistol up behind them, like,
As you
as
move
ready
over the
as
door,
possible.
you would hear that there are voices coming from the other side. At that point,
And then
I assume everyone's going to start making stealth checks. But what were you going to say, Gino?
I was gonna say, I mean, we could try this, and then the rocket pops out of his arm.
I would rather you not destroy company property.
All right, you're right. He puts it back in. Sorry, and then takes his. It's all right. And then he actually whips out his heavy machine gun.
The less damaging option. Yeah, if I'm good, if you're all are good with it, I'm ready to breach immediately. I would have my pistol out in my hand, just ready to activate. Just
Whenever you are ready.
Speak up, Isaac. You got Gino right next to you. It sounds like you're on the verge of sentences.
No, he's probably like debriefing. He's just like trying to prep himself and doing
Oh,
this.
oh, first infiltration! I can do it!
So
Yeah, I could.
the thing that you're probably leaning into in your head is like you've been through training, so you've definitely had Militech like file like training in Virtue, and you've also had like physical training in like mock setups or in genuinely like abandoned like buildings that are taken over by NCPD for that purpose. But this is your first time, like other than patrol, just kind of walking around downtown Wellspring, or walking around Wellspring rather, which is a nice neighborhood comparatively. So your actual patrol stuff that you've done on the job has been pretty light. So yeah, this is very tense.
Does he just have a pistol out?
Yeah. Yeah, you see like visibly.
Are you using the Militech Ronin?
Oh, yeah, that was on my sheet. There.
Yeah, that's an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Assault rifle then. Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was an assault rifle, pistol, but.
Like beat
Yeah,
cops use pistols, and then like patrolmen will use like long rifles or carbines because you're effectively walking into a situation where everyone has a better gun than you if you're going in with a pistol.
Yeah.
This is Night
Fair.
City. Open carry is there's no such thing as like carry laws. You could literally walk around downtown with a chain gun and nobody can get you because
Oh.
the Second Amendment, baby.
So Gino will look down and say, "There better not be any fucking rubber bolts in that kid. I swear to God."
If there are,
Wow.
And I want to read what is on his face. I want to read the expression.
Just
Hold on, let's see what Johnny's face looks like. I have.
it's like. What?
if you're carrying rubber bullets, shoot for the head, kid.
Okay.
Okay,
How
so
many fucking
Back to
times I gotta
Daffy.
tell you? These people are gonna
Kimmy,
kill you.
you inadvertently unlocked a tutorial lesson. If you
Yeah.
wish to shoot for
You
the
did.
head, remember those difficulty values that we mentioned before?
Yeah.
You'll effectively be adding 8 to them. You subtract 8 from your attack rolls when you aim for the head. However, any damage that's applied to the head is doubled. So if you can get through their armor, you can effectively blow their brains out. And if you're using a pistol, for those who are into pistols, you do an additional d6 damage with pistols when you hit them in the head. So that's something I learned as well. Another thing, you'll notice that all the damage values are in d6s. If you roll 2 6s, 2 or more 6s, you crit.
Yes.
You deal an additional 5 damage, and you have the potential of blowing off limbs, or like if you shoot them in the head, you can blow their ear off, blow their eye hole out. Very violent shit. Mooney, who we've talked about a couple times because Chad, one time got shot for like 7 damage to the leg. Only 7 damage got through, but it had double 6s over his armor, so I blew his leg off. And he now has a lead foot. Good thing for a nomad to have.
Oh.
And that's how he lost his
Driver.
heart. No, I'm kidding.
Take
No.
back what I said. If you're
You
gonna
find
use
10
rubber
credits on the
bullets,
ground, John.
Was that John?
So you find 10 credits on the ground.
I find 10 crit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so that being said, who is leading the entry? Who's the charge going to be?
I would assume me.
Okay.
I'd be right behind Elmano.
Okay.
Just like
me.
walking freaking cover.
I'll go behind that.
You know.
Okay.
Just look back and say, kid, just stay with the boss. She'll keep you safe.
Okay.
Honestly, just that, but me saying that.
So I'm gonna give you a handout here. You'll be coming in. I believe it shows from the angle that you'll be entering in on. Double checking my work here. Bear with me here. It's close. It's kind of looking back at where you're at. So if you look at that box there, with the round things in it, right behind it, you can kind of see a door frame. You'll be coming in through there. Bear with me here while I get this set up.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know there were less than lethal rounds in Night City.
There
Let
are.
alone that someone would be issued them.
Oh, he wasn't issued them. He
There's
asked
a-
for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
oh,
willingly,
God.
He's sticking to his moral high ground. He doesn't want to kill anybody.
Did they
that might get him
wait until he
killed,
turned around and said, "Well, it was nice having that one while we lasted."
These are lessons we all have to learn ourselves.
What do you think he'll be? Roast beef or a sausage? What do you think he ends up as?
Yeah.
Hey,
Pate.
this is not gonna happen.
Neither.
See,
This
once
boss.
upon a time, there was a
What
boy
did you
named
say, kid?
Icarus.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever you say, kid.
Okay. I've almost got this.
Dan became a psycho. Guinea's a skid mark on the road. Johan's an ornament in my garage. Like,
Icarus blew up.
yeah, I was gonna say
Thank God.
some real good psychos have bit the dust. Wow, those look like Halloween characters. Oh God, that's
when
terrifying.
you enter into the space Elmano, the very first thing that you see turning to face you is a man dressed up like a clown. Like a birthday motherfucking clown. He has a massive fringe frill thing around his neck. His hair is bright orange and looks like it's made out of plastic. His face is kind of a greenish white. And his nose has a bright red, round color to it. You cannot tell from this distance whether it is a plastic accessory or whether he has modified his body to have a massive red nose. When
Looks
he
like a
turns
button.
to face you, you can see that this individual, is wielding a shotgun that seems to have been duct taped to a rocket launcher. They have been painted to look like a birthday clown, like popper thing that shoots like a pajaw, whatever those are called for the rocket launcher. And the shotgun looks like it's been painted and kind of put plastic parts on it to look like a balloon animal.
That's funny. That's
When he
classic.
turns to look at you, he goes, "Huh?" like that, and seems to be very confused, but very ready to use the weapon he is holding in his hand. Real quick, solos. You have an ability called combat awareness. For you, Kimmy, I've already set it to be initiative response. So you have +4 to your initiative roll when you roll here. Solos are very good at combat, and the way to be very good at combat is go first. So keep that in mind. As an action during your turn, move or otherwise, you can change your allocation to a different function. The other functions are like damage reduction or accuracy, and it costs so many points to get the benefit. When it comes to those discussions, we'll have them. But Kimmy, with your level 4, and I think you're also level 4 rank in combat awareness, for the damage reduction, I think it's 2 for 1, so 2 for 1 point, and then for the accuracy, it's 3 for 1. So you'll have to move 3 ranks into that function. You can shift them around to kind of do what you want them to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it'll just when we get there,
We'll get there. Okay. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get an initiative tracker on the board and fight music in the ears.
Just already say it
Aw.
when Bucket sees the freaks out front, I would immediately hit the Sandevistan.
Okay. I'll allow Sandy.
Where do you roll initiative again?
Very
Up
tough.
at the top, big red button.
Oh,
Okay,
look at that. It's right
so,
there.
Havoc, you just rolled something very interesting. Let me explain why the result is as it is. This game rolls off of a D10 mechanic, which means you roll a 10-sided dice and you add numbers to it. Stat plus skill rank. Okay? Initiative doesn't
sorry.
have a skill rank, but it does have the +4 that you have for react modifier. You rolled
And
a
you add
D10.
me.
If you roll, yeah, I can. Hold on a second. You roll a 1, that's a fumble. If you roll a 10, that's a success, like an automatic success. A fumble means you're going to roll a d10 in addition to the d10 that you already rolled, and then subtract the value of the new d10 from the original d10 and its total result. The opposite is true if you roll a 10, because you'll then roll another d10 and add that new d10, so it explodes and kind of detrimental explodes. Does that make sense? So that's why your fumble roll of an initiative modifier is equal to your reflex modifier, because you rolled a d10 and you rolled a total of 11 and then rolled a -5 to it. So it would have been net -4 is what your result was. So 10 minus 4, 6.
Okay.
And then you
Also,
said,
character thing disappeared.
whose token
Character
vanished?
thing.
Whoa.
Mine did. That's what I'm saying. My token's just gone.
Yeah.
Your character was like, I ain't
You
doing
put
this,
the
guys.
same Devston and then just disappear.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Rain down to clown.
You just went
Add-
zoom.
And
Johnny.
what did you get on your
You had a
initiative?
You had a 15.
It was 15 plus 3. So,
So 18.
No.
Yep.
With Sandy.
I also have a 15.
Huh?
If you're able to add me.
I can.
As a treat.
as a treat.
And then they will be going on 10. Descending. Descending. Okay, thank you.
Damn.
Okay, so Bucket, you are first in Sandeviston's status. So go ahead and take your turn. What you would hear kind of in the as everything kind of slows down is, "Hey, Blammo, what's going on?"
Okay. Well, first thing you would do is 3. Let's move to about right here
Okay.
and immediately take shots at the clown.
Okay.
I don't like clowns.
Yeah, so the barricade that you are at is about like waist high, so you can get behind it, pop up, bam, bam, bam.
Okay. I'm gonna attack twice because of the Sandy.
Okay.
Oh god.
So with a 1, that means the gun will jam, so you will not attack a second time with the overture.
Okay.
And because the overture has a heavy reload function, it also takes 2 actions to clear a jam.
That hurts. Okay.
Welcome to why the overture is balanced and not broken like everybody thinks it is. So,
Well,
1 of your actions will be utilized to fire and fail, and then the second will be to start clearing the
reload.
breach.
Yeah, start clearing it. And then I will just simply scooch back and
You can stay at the cover. The cover is actually...
okay.
Yeah, I would
I'd honestly
not.
stay at the cover.
Yeah, just dip down and like shit. As your speed starts to kind of like wear off for the first like pulse of the Sandy. Yeah. Gino, you see fuck over by the cover.
Jesus.
I swear this never happens.
Oh god.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have 6 movement?
Yeah, whatever your movement is,
6
that's the number of
movement.
squares you can go.
Okay, my movement. Okay, sorry, I'm rusty. I haven't played this in a bit.
No worries.
Where do you see that?
So
Very top of your thing.
If you select your token, the green number is 6. So yeah, you can just move.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought.
Good to know.
Oh, yep, that was.
Would right here be soft cover?
Yes, and I need you to go ahead and just make a perception roll for me when you get to that position.
Which is under
Awareness.
Thank you.
What'd you get?
Oh god.
9.
I had 9.
Satisfactory. You see that there are 2 more individuals in this space. They too look like clowns. One's a girl, one's a guy. And they kind of are turning their attention towards you. But your perception is also still high enough for you to realize the canisters that you're standing next to are pressurized Chew 2. For those of you who aren't familiar with Cyberpunk, Chew 2 is an algae-based material that is created to replace gasoline. It is effectively biomatter gasoline, pressurized in those long containers.
Do not shoot them.
Or do.
I'm gonna.
I think I noticed that. Because I wanted to use my rocket.
You think these clowns give a shit?
I think he's gonna whip around and say, "Oh fuck."
I don't like this anymore.
I'm gonna attack
that one?
big head clown or redhead clown.
Alright. Because you think the girl one's hot?
Totally.
Give me that clussy, the clownessy.
Alright.
Oh god damn it, god damn it.
Next week.
See.
Goodbye.
Hold on. I gotta fix. It's not doing the meters
I
right.
hit.
Hold on.
Johnny, come back! Don't leave me here alone.
12 meters means you need a 13. You got it. Okay. And you shot the chest, so that'll do 20. Strangely enough, they are not wearing any armor whatsoever.
Chugga.
You hit him right in the chest. No double sixes, just a solid hits the chest. He is seriously injured, however. For those of you who are not familiar with Cyberpunk, seriously injured is when you're at half or less of your hit point total. You have a -2 penalty to all checks thereafter. All right, Gino, done.
Can I? Okay, I can't do anything else.
You got anything else?
Can I whip out
You got
my
one, you got
my
one more.
bulletproof shield?
Yeah. Well, that's an action to do. So you got one more space of movement.
Okay.
That's all you really got left, I think.
Okay. Fuck me.
Scoot back.
So I'm kind of got like this little
Yeah. Just
piece.
the best that you can get. Sure. Letty. Sounds like it's going off in there. You've heard cursing and shooting. Both things you like hearing when it's already started. Oh, sorry. Hold on. You can send in the drones. I forgot.
Yeah, I
Put
was
them on
like,
the map.
where are my boys?
She's like, I'm supposed to have things that make me not work.
She's like,
I'm
I'm not going
working.
in there.
You're like, excuse me.
I am
No.
upper management.
You see how dirty my shoes have already gotten today?
I would say that
I'm going in
they
there.
would be able to if you move them because they wouldn't have been like in breach stance. If you move them, they will be. If you move them in, they will be basically right in front of El Mano. You want to do that?
But El Mano can move past them, correct?
Yeah, they're friendly, so you can move through friendly.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the two Biotechnica robots rush in. Assault rifles up. And then do you want to have them shoot as well?
They're clearly hostile.
You've already
Or
had
they're
friends
just-
start shooting them, so
I mean, that's fair.
they have
well,
guns.
Do you have
Yeah.
clowns on the payroll? Is that what you're asking about?
Oh, actually, you know what?
Doesn't know what these coworkers look like.
You know what? Everybody roll local knowledge or a local expert Night City.
Oh, the
That's,
thing.
that's an actual skill.
That is an education,
Yes.
and it'll be at the very bottom. That's right.
Out of 15? Huh, that's better than I thought.
Cool. If you clear a 10,
Oh, El Mano doesn't need to know
El
I
anything.
don't
Mano-
actually have Night
Wait.
City on there.
I don't have
That's-
Night City either.
that's strange. You should have local expert Night City and a district.
I just have home.
Oh, it should be Night City, and then it should be City Center.
I oddly have Russian.
No,
on
I
mine.
have
I just-
accounting, animal handling, bureaucracy, business.
Homes-
composition.
Yeah.
Keep
At the
going
very
down.
bottom, well below that, there should be local expert. Everybody has it.
Well,
And
Under
then it
language.
Yeah.
it says you don't have any skills yet.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, local expert. Okay, Night City. Okay, that.
Night City, the Glen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine
Okay.
says
I'll say Reyes, you got it. So the Bozos are a poser gang, a thing that is in Night City. Poser gangs typically find something that they like and then all dress up like it. There's a poser gang called I think it's called the Shatners. I can't remember. It's Star
Oh
Star
my
Trek bands.
God.
There's the
Is
Gilligans
that
who
real?
all dress up like Gilligan from Gilligan's Island.
That real?
I made a poser gang called Angelic Petty, which was just a bunch of girls in Lolita
Yes.
dresses running around with like submachine guns murdering people. This one dresses up like Bozo the clown or any clown really, and they're suicide. Oh, sorry, they are willing to do whatever.
Slip and
They're
slidle?
slip and slidle. Oh my god, I hope that worked. They are not very concerned about themselves. They are very concerned about the mayhem they can cause. Why they're here is unknown.
Okay. They're a poser gang.
Pimpins.
Clowns, and they're mentally unwell. They would do anything to cause havoc. Careful.
I love it.
Well,
Reading
Such a-
out of his
Such a
manual.
goody little two shoes. If that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and have these two drones fire.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be able to direct them to fire, just fire as kind of like a
Yeah.
general. They'll pick the closest target.
that's fair.
And I am going to roll. Bang, 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 bang. And they will both hit. I think that I accidentally put them at perfect range for the assault rifle.
Score.
Wait, no, I didn't. I put them at almost perfect range. One will miss, the other will hit. It looks like he is not wearing armor either, and he's going to take 12 damage. He's not seriously injured. Okay, anything else, Letty? Staying behind the door, well behind the door? Okay.
Yep.
It'll go to the bozos.
Bozos.
Okay, so the guy with the rocket launcher is going to shoot the rocket launcher at the drones directly in front of him.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
thank God.
Mano,
Oh,
Gino,
No.
I need to go and check and see how explosives work. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it a good? Isn't it a good square?
It's 5x5. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna
Oh,
shuttle
my.
through the
That's-
door. It's not
that's
gonna be
fucked.
ideal.
I think it hits literally everyone.
That's right. That's right. That's correct. It will. Not everyone. It doesn't wrap fully. It'll hit. I think it'll hit Havoc, and then it'll kind of quit.
Is Bucket in line fire here?
I think so. Yeah.
I think
If it
so.
hits this drone,
It's 5
you're getting some blowback, buddy.
5x5. Let's see. Explosive. Alternate
Okay,
fire.
at least it doesn't hit this.
Oh my.
Explosives. Okay, everybody
Oh,
who's caught inside of that space.
6x6.
Does
Um,
the wall help?
Yeah,
So that's the
Yeah.
4x4.
So, does anybody in that space have reflex 8 or higher?
oh, but I'm
let me
so
check.
slow.
The wall does help, yes.
we,
No.
Oh,
I
damn it.
Yes, I actually do.
we-
Kimmy, do you have 8 reflex or no?
Hey, reflex 8. Reflex 8.
I'm sorry, I'm
Reflex
looking.
eight.
Reflex
that-
8.
You
Yeah,
got it?
reflex.
Okay.
Oh, and my Sandy doesn't help. It's just a 7.
Wait, where's the reflex?
Reflex is
Oh,
up at the
At
top.
the top.
You should have like a
Ref.
6, I think.
6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
I have 8.
So, if you have 8, you can choose to individually dodge this attack, which means that you'll roll an evasion roll, and I have the DV on my side. Now, because of the nature of the door and what I've rolled, it will not be wrapping.
Hanging up in the mouth.
Someone's life. Sorry, you didn't mute if you were trying to mute. No problem. They were very. The door will succeed in preventing fire from an explosion from hitting those who are directly behind the door. For Havoc, it will not because she's kind of outside of the door a bit. So go ahead and make an evasion roll, which will be under fighting on the top right tab there. Bucket will make a fighting roll. El Mano will make an evasion roll, and so will Gino. Okay. So the
But
DV
I don't have to, right?
No, yeah, you're behind the door.
Sick.
I'll explain how it
Just
looks to
making sure.
you and the cop here in a second. Okay, so Bucket, let me go ahead and draw a line here so you guys understand what is happening. And again, if you are in it and behind the door, ignore that part, okay?
Okay.
That's the detonation of the rocket, okay?
Oh.
It's kind of centered on El Mano more than the drone because it's kind of firing through him. If you succeeded on a DV-13 evasion roll and you were in that zone, oh sorry, it's actually one forward. Bucket's in there. It's like
Damn it.
up into the diagonal. Sorry, did you roll Bucket?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you succeeded. You're fine, but I don't know why I can't select it. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so it'd be more like this, really. Oh, no, I can't get both of you. I'm gonna go with Havoc because they're new. So you're lucky this time, Bucket.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
If you are inside of the square and you made your check, you can place yourself on any square that is not inside of that square. It does not have to be the closest one. You can just move forward if you want, or you can move back. For you, Havoc, it's
Oh,
kind
any
of a
square?
move, it's kind of a move-in situation. Yeah, any square you want.
So I have to like come closer.
If you don't want to, I can say you step back and then step back into your place. That's fine if you want to maintain the door frame.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so boom, bam, the two drones drop to the ground. It doesn't look like they are both destroyed, except for the one's head who flew off. The one whose head was already damaged. This one, on the other hand, just kind of drops and looks like it's kind of laying down for a minute, taking a rest. After he
Nap.
shoots the rocket, he goes, ha, 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 and then runs to this space and drops low, and you can hear him drop the shell for the rocket And it sounds like his next turn will probably be reloading.
Uh-huh.
This guy rushes forward, looking at Elmano. As this individual comes up to you, his just like a white sheet over his head with like sewing marks on it. But he looks like he's wearing a big heavy coat and has 2 pistols in his hands. And he's going to rush up and try and shoot you point blank with the pistols that are in his hands.
John,
yes.
Take damage or no?
You take no damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you evade it, you evade it. Like, you do the action pack thing.
No, my evasion was 5.
Yeah, she rolled. Yeah.
Oh!
She got hit.
She rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I thought she succeeded. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you do take damage.
We all know numbers are hard. It's fine.
It is. Rocket launchers do
The work color.
66.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
it was fun, guys.
Hey, it was nice knowing you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. They do 8d6. Apologies.
Yeah. Hey, if
Oh,
you
my
come
bad,
up,
my bad.
I
They
know
do
a
more.
good medic. He can put new parts on you. He put my arms on for me.
Okay, so this is going to do 23 points of damage to you, and I surprisingly did not roll any doubles. Now, you're taking damage for the first time here. Don't just take it right off the top. That's not what we do.
Okay.
There's a lot that goes on here for Cyberpunk. It's a little bit more complicated than in D&D, but it's the nuance that counts. It makes it more fun. You're wearing armor. On the right side of your page, there should be a segment that says medium armor jack. Do you see that? Or armor, medium armor jack? Do you see that? What's the value next to that?
Stopping power,
Yes.
12 of 12.
Okay. So when you take damage to a location, and with an explosion, it's always to the body, what you do first is does it cause any like armor ablation or armor piercing? Does it get through armor? In the case of explosives, no. Then you take the stopping power, reduce it from the damage you took, and then take the excess. So 23 minus 12 is 11. So you're taking 11 points of damage. And that's to your hit point total. Then your armor will be ablated, which means it's going to take damage because it's not going to last forever. So that stopping power should have 2 values. It should say like 1 and the other, right? Kind of like hit points. On the left side, because it's an explosive, you're going to reduce it by 2. And then you're also going to do the same for your head because the explosive does damage to all locations. Or is considered to do damage to all locations. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. With that being said, that is it for damaging from the rocket. And once you get used to it, it'll be a lot easier the next time I hit you with something. Blammo rushes to the side. Big guy with the pistols rushes forward. Ah! Boom, boom, boom! Like that. Because you're point blank and have a reflex of 8, I need you to make 2 evasion rolls, man.
She is so big.
Oh my god.
Okay, so he rushes forward with the 2 pistols. He jabs the first one at you,
Wow.
and you kind of just like throw up your big fist and like punch it aside like a boxing move. And then as the other hand comes in, you grab a hold of it and kind of wrench it up a bit and turn it away and just toss it back. And he's kind of like throws the gun off to the side as that happens. He came in with like kind of a laughter, and then you can hear kind of a like he's definitely confused that he's being out muscled here. The person to the back is going to move their 6 to there. And then looks like they're heading with haste towards this tunnel in the back line. I'm going to zoom out a little bit for people watching. So in the back line, it looks like they are rushing out into that space for some reason. Okay, the 2 down below, the one that got shot is going to move to here, return fire at Gino. That'll miss. And then this girl's going to very quickly dart in towards Elmano. As she's doing so, you hear a soft as a dagger comes into her hand, and as she rushes forward, she stabs at you. Elmano, go ahead and once again make a evasion roll. Okay, so she comes in. It gets real close. You can actually kind of almost feel the point touch your hip. I got a 22. She kind of like catches you there, and you very quickly just swing your arm like a big old something that swings and just smash the hand and knife away. It doesn't knock the knife out of her hand, but it kind of stops her from doing the stab.
What bitch?
What you notice is that it's a punk knife, and you might not be familiar with that, but basically it's a blade with serration on its point, and then it has a vial inside that like is containing poison or drugs. So when they stab you, you kind of get fucked up. Okay, that is it for the bozos. It's going to go to El Mano. Which one of these people would you like to end?
The one with the knife.
Are
Because
you
I'm not getting fucked up today.
Are you wanting to switch on the berserk? It's an action to do so.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
The
it.
clowns have triggered me. Let's fucking do it.
Okay, so
All
Almano reaches up and hits the big red button on his chest. That is the action. And let me just double check the wording on the cyberware real quick as I wrote it a long time ago and haven't looked at it for a while.
For real.
Okay, so the berserk that we have is a Biodyne berserk. When activated as an action, adds +3 to damage rolls made with brawling, martial arts, and melee weapons, and reduces body requirement of weapons you are holding by 3 for 1 minute. After activating for 1 hour, only a single piece. Yeah, that's right. So it's going to be an action to activate, which means that's all you get to do for the turn. But during the next turn, I'd let somebody else activate their speedwear prior to it. Do you want to have activated it beforehand?
Sure.
Oh,
Like
nice.
when I would think you would have activated it when that guy shot the missile and just been like this and then rushed forward.
Okay. So then, yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So this is a Mortec, actually. So it's a +5 to your damage. So it also increases your rate of fire for brawling, martial arts, and melee weapon attacks by 1. So I'm assuming we're going into fisticuffs.
Oh yeah.
So you should have a total of 3 attacks with punching. Who would you like to brawl against first, the girl or the guy?
The girl.
Yep. She's got the more lethal weapon. That's a smart threat assessment.
All
First
right.
attack, so
I
brawling.
just did brawling.
Yep.
Yeah. So I get. You said 3.
Just roll 1 at a time because you might flatten her. So perfect.
Holy crap!
And then this will actually be +5 more on top of that, damage-wise. She does not evade, so that's going to be a total of 27 damage. She's not wearing armor, I mentioned that. And then, did we roll doubles? We did not. Okay, so you smash her in the face, and she kind of like flattens to the ground, but you see her kind of twist up and hold the knife kind of like, ah! As she's about to, and then other fist.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
Like nah, bitch, no.
No, that's not it. That's not what we say. She's gonna roll evasion.
Jeez.
She fails. You smash her on the top of the head. She drops to the ground. It doesn't like. It's not enough damage with that kind of bonk on the head to like, splatter her head open. But it's enough to kill her. Right? She is. Yeah, she's dead. Okay. And then third attack.
You said it had. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Plus
so
1
now
rate
we're
of fire
going
for the
on
Mortec.
the idiot sheet head over here.
I assume that what Mono does is like it's like punch and then smash and then just like lariat kind of spin, just like wrestler move, kind of slam him in the face with like the forearm, and that will work. Well, not the face, the chest, because you didn't aim for the head. Pro tip though, with your rolls, you could probably do well to go ahead and aim for the head a bit.
Okay.
No problems there. That will work, and damage is good. That's it. He's seriously injured. That man. Okay, Isaac, you are up. You peek around the corner, kind of looking at Havoc kind of blown up a bit. The door has kind of jutted in a bit as well because of the explosion. You're not sure what's going on in there, but when you peek around, you see one of the drones' head's gone, one of the drones knocked down. Firefight is happening.
Oh shit, Jaime, are you okay?
Rounds last for like a second and a half, by the way. So
Okay. I was gonna say that. So I have 8 movement. The green circle.
Yeah,
is the movement. How many
that's right.
spaces I can move, right?
8 spaces.
Okay. 1, 2. Can I? Is there a line of sight of this, or there's something blocking?
I'll allow it.
You allow it? All
Yep.
right. He's gonna shoot.
If not there, you could have done it like right at the door frame. It's totally fine. Shoot it.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
perfect. It's perfect. I'm letting it happen. So
Okay.
you're gonna Militech weapon, and then you can switch to auto fire. It's not an action to do so, and that means that you're gonna fire a rapid fire burst at them, which is more bullets, more damage, but harder to hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna switch it up. Auto
All right.
fire.
Click the attack.
Yep. All rubber bullets too. He's sticking to the code, not no kill. No kill code.
Gino, I'm gonna kill your apprentice.
For fucking real, man.
I'm sorry.
If Gino doesn't get to him first.
So with that distance, which I believe I had factored at a
It was a
14,
misfire.
you're
Sorry,
in
guys.
perfect range for rapid fire, and you hit. You hit by 2 over the difficulty value. So you can see that 13 to 25 range, 17 is the DV, Johnny. Now you hit by 19, which means that's 2 more than the DV. For auto fire, what you do is you roll the damage like you did, and then you multiply it by the number you got over, which is 2, to a maximum of its auto fire multiplier. So for a Militech Ronin, it's times 4. So you are going to expend 10 of your ammunition, which is like right there in the weapon category. Just drop it down by 5 or 10, and then you're going to do a total of 16 damage to that asshole, which will knock them unconscious.
Woo. Okay. And that was like all you can do, right?
Your action and your movement. You still have 6 more spaces.
Never the fuck back over there after seeing that blast there and what happened to Havoc. He's
Okay.
staying back and cover.
Havoc, you watch as the rubber rounds smash into the clown, knocking him down. And then you are free to proceed. Looks like Almano's got most of them tangled up. There is one guy at long range who is trying to get away.
Get him.
Does it matter if I switch weapons?
So what I typically say is if you're just dropping a weapon and pulling out another weapon, that's totally fine, so long as it's a weapon you would have had readied. If you're going for a sniper rifle, which I think might be where your brain is going, it is highly unlikely that you had that ready because it takes a bit of... It's the WSS weapon system. It's kind of like, think of like a assassin sniper rifle when they have it in the case.
Ready up.
Yeah, it's in your bag and you pull out the pieces and... But your assault rifle, pretty good. At this distance, I think it is highly doable. What are we looking at? 38 meters?
Yeah,
DV20? Yeah, you have some movement as well. From bucket firing position, I think that's near sweet spot.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask, how that... I know this is half cover. Okay,
Yep.
That's what I want to try to do.
Okay. So you see this guy here at 28 meters, so go ahead and make an attack. If you wish to roll auto fire, it's usually better for close range auto fire, but if you want to take a single shot, you can aim for the head or aim for just at him. DV's currently 20, which means you need a 21 to hit. No, sorry, wrong. I'm looking at the auto fire stats. The DV for this distance is...
Auto firing.
Oh, you are auto firing?
I am not auto
Okay,
firing.
just go ahead and regular fire. Let's see what we get. Okay, so 26 to 25 is a DV 13. So you hit that by exactly 1. 14 beats a 13 by 1, which means you're doing 25 damage to that man. You shoot him straight through his back.
Yeah.
It looks like he is bleeding. Let's see if you got any doubles. 5, 5, 5, 6, 4. God damn it, you guys are good at rolling not sixes. And still getting really preem numbers. So there's basically a bullet through his shoulder. It looks like a lot of blood is kind of escaping him. He's seriously injured, but he's not downed. Okay? Havoc, when you pop up and take the shot, by the way, you see the other clown with the rocket launcher. It looks like he is halfway pulled out the shell that he's going to load into the rocket launcher for the next turn. So he's going to load on his next turn, and then on the turn after that, he'll fire. Havoc,
So I'm going to yell. Can I yell? Do I have time to yell? He's reloading.
Yep. And then Bucket, you... As one action of your current Sandevistan trick, you could unjam.
Yeah.
And then do you wish to lift up and then pop the pistol into that clown's face?
I'm thinking if I do that or if I just go make sure that chick can't get away.
Yeah. That's not a lady, by the way.
I thought you said it was earlier.
Oh, I don't think I said a gender. I said they are trying to run away.
Person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to decide if that would be better to get rid of or rocket launcher. Because if I go over there, I don't have to worry about the rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher will be a problem in a turn. Yeah. And it's right there. And obviously they are willing to do stupid shit. And they are next to what you can identify from your position because it's written on the side. Pressurized tanks of Chutu.
I'll move here. I'll use 2 of my 2 movements
Yeah.
and then I will shoot one, hopefully not jamming shot.
And who's
I
the
believe in
target?
you.
You going here?
Oh,
or there?
it's the closer guy.
The rocket. Okay.
I'm gonna take the don't kill the group
And
example.
were
Of,
you shooting just straight for the chest or anything?
oh no, just straight for the chest.
That'll hit.
Nothing fancy.
Thuds into him. He kind of slams against the barricade, still holding the rocket in his hand with a. Okay, and then that's it.
Mhm.
All right, Gina.
All right, we're gonna go up here. Can I hop the barricade?
Yep.
And then I'm gonna big knucks him in the face.
Okay, he will try to evade. He's currently at -2.
God, I hope this hits.
Plamo
Believe in you.
fails. It doesn't look like it added anything stat-wise, which
that's true.
is strange.
Then
Yeah, that's funny. But
how does that work?
the big knucks will hit. You get a second attack. Go ahead and roll it. I'm looking at the dice rolls. I know what your modifiers would be.
The hell?
Oh. Roll it again? Okay. So you roll a
That's so
crit
weird.
twice. You roll a crit twice. So we're good. Both hits will hit. You kind of jump up behind him. Big Knuck. You smash him in the back of the head. He like drops the weapon and kind of looks over his shoulder. Please. And then you just and smash him right in the nose. When it hits, you are the first to realize that the nose is actually real and biological. And you watch as it pops like a zit in his face.
Oh, I hate that.
And you can hear his nose and like this portion of his skull just shatter underneath the weight of the big knucks, and he falls to the ground dead. He's holding
I
the
was wanting it
rocket.
to like go.
Yeah.
He's holding the rocket in his death grip. Just be lucky it wasn't one of the crazy ones. Some of them have their noses replaced
Like
with grenades.
That's true.
my
That's
yeah,
true.
I've seen that.
Yeah, you really showed him the punchline there.
Oh,
Everybody is stripped of all their luck.
You literally stole.
fucking hell!
And El Mano, I'm taking those 20 eddies back.
No, they're mine.
I earned them.
Gino, done.
I was literally gonna say, I guess that's the punchline, bitch.
Okay,
He
fine.
stole my thunder.
He stole your bit. He stole your bit.
Wow.
We're in the same wavelength there. It's the cop mentality.
Oh, hold on a second. I gotta do Discord mod stuff. So sorry, so sorry.
All good, all good.
You're good.
Welcome. Okay, Gino, done? Was Lark your friend, Magpie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They asked to be in the politics channel, so I'm just,
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Okay, great. Okay, I did. Yeah, I think it came in a while ago, but we were in the heat of the fight. So, okay. So that being said, Gino's done. Letty, you're up. Based on optics, you're looking at the ceiling on your data pad. You are not in the fight. You can have
It's all
your
good.
one remaining robot get up and join the fight if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll get up, and then it will designate closest target, so it'll move around non-fires, and will attempt to shoot. And it will actually pause a second. Roll a d10.
7.
Okay. It was not damaged enough to not understand threat actualization. Sometimes that will kind of cause problems with robots. It will
Right.
not fire. You can actually see that there is a barrier on your tablet that says "will not fire," lethal compensation, not attuned for environment, and you'll see that it's kind of keying on the pressurized
It-
chew marker. So it's just
Yeah.
like holding the gun pointed at the guy, but it will not shoot because it knows better.
Right.
Okay.
And
And that's you kind of playing at the tablet, so that's kind of your action, like telling them
Yeah.
what to do. Although you did tell them to do that last turn, so that's just what they're doing. So if you want to do something else, you can, I suppose.
right. She would have been able to see the one in the back running, right?
No, you're hidden behind the door. I don't think. And also, that was knocked over before that happened, so.
Right. Okay. Um Does this square count as behind the door still?
Yeah, so I would say move up one space. You're kind of behind
Okay.
the door if you're like right in front of him, but like kind of popping out.
Yeah. She just wants to take a better look for herself on what's going on.
Okay.
Um,
If you'd like to perceive the area, you can make a perception check as an action. But if you'd like to just see what you're seeing, you see what you're seeing.
I would like to perceive.
Roll perception.
You doth
nice.
perceive.
Okay.
Nice.
I perceive.
This. I'm gonna take the peepers off on that. So you would see everything that's happened so far in the fight, and you know exactly where everything's at. The guy's down with the rubber rounds. The clown lady is dead, very dead. The guy who's fighting Elmano is on their road to the same path. It looks like your team is compensating very well for the fact that there's a dangerous situation in the center of the room. And beyond that, it looks like this space was not something that would have been built by Biotechnica. And what you're looking at here is it looks like this structure is different than the foreman's office. It looks like the divide that is in between, the door that they built on their side and the door you're walking through are actually separate.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like someone found access to this underground facility and basically created a pathway to get into it. This tunnelway, based on its up or its north and south kind of trajectory, you presume that the north path leads towards Night City and the south path leads towards SoCal.
Oh, so we found the smuggler's path.
Possibly why the bozos are here.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Possibly why the bozos are here.
Do not let the one get away.
Yeah, you saw everything.
Yep. And then pop back behind the door.
So, almost
And
if on
pat
cue,
Isaac on the back.
they are going to Dart, and they are booking it northbound. They're heading towards Night City. Elmano, you are still in a fight, the only one who remains to be, and this individual will swing at you. Go ahead and make an evasion roll. Swing at you twice, even.
So make 2 or just 1?
You're gonna make 2 evasion rolls. Okay, so the first one they'll actually hit you for 7 points of damage, and then because it is brawling, are you wearing armor?
Yeah, I have subdermal.
Oh, subdermal. What's your subdermal value, SP?
So I have 2, and one is at 11, and one is at 8.
Okay, so what's the 11?
It just says subdermal.
Oh, okay. Let me check your
They
stats.
both say subdermal.
That's weird.
I'm confused.
I am confused by what you've said as well. Ah, I see. So the subdermal 11, that's the head. The subdermal
Oh,
8
it is head. Okay.
is, and what has happened here is you took damage during the last time we fought. You haven't taken damage this time, have you? I haven't hit you
No.
yet. So your
No.
armor would have refreshed by in a month. So you actually
Yeah.
have 11 on both. I will hit your armor in the chest area. I'll do 13 points of damage, which will tick your armor down by 1, and then you'll take 2 points of damage. I
Okay.
think I did that math right. But that's all he. So basically, he's like the first punch he slams you in the chest. He's like ah, and then he swings this one, and you kind of just roll the wrist and kind of knock his arm away, and then you're up. So what would you like to do to him?
I let you have that one.
Ah!
And then he is going to take
Wow.
the head. Just right in the head.
Okay. Well, fuck. Yeah, if you're attacking the head, I roll evasion. You'll have a -8, which means this will be a actual result of 14. I rolled a 12, so that will hit the head. He has no armor on the head, so 15 doubled is 30. Do you want to roll the second one, just and the third one,
Sure.
just for shits and giggles? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he can't evade because he's no longer conscious. So you grab the head with one hand and just like palm it like a basketball, squeeze, you can hear the bones and such kind of crunch underneath your fingers. You then lift his head up, grab a hold of one of his arms, and then pull in 2 different directions and just rip him in 2 sideways. And then just kind of throw him astride. You still have your movement if you'd like to advance after. Letty said, get that guy, make sure he doesn't get away. So now that there's nothing.
So he literally just rips this guy apart and then like runs.
Love it. Just through the blood spray and viscera, just. Okay, so your movement is 8. So just
8.
Yep. Whoosh.
I
Okay.
feel like I get hit with that blood, and I'm like, excuse me. Excuse you.
I did not sign up for a wet work. I did not. This was not supposed to be close and personal like this. Mano just covered in it. Guess I gotta watch the mask again.
He just has like a drawer that's just like full of masks.
Yeah. Isaac, you're up.
Like,
Letty says make sure that they don't get away.
okay. I'm assuming he didn't see where they were going though.
No, yeah.
Well, you do see Mano running though.
Yeah. Okay.
After ripping some guy apart.
You can run as your action, which means you can move double your speed. If you're going in a straight line, which you wouldn't because you have to come around the door, if you're running in a straight line, it's 4 times your speed.
Okay. So I could be moving 16 then.
Yeah.
So 1. There's an easier way of doing this, right? Yeah, be right there. I guess when he sees the viscera, he's gotta.
There is a much easier way of doing it, by the way. Pick up your token and then right-click, and you'll kind of get a gauge of how far your token's going to be going. While you're holding the left click, right-click, and it'll show you kind of distances.
Why wasn't I told that?
What?
What?
How did you not know that?
I did not know that.
Right click.
So if you pick up
So
your
you're
token,
holding down the left button.
Yeah.
And you can do like incrementals every time you click the right button while you're holding the left.
What? No, oh.
Wait,
No
what?
way.
Oh.
hold the token with the left click,
Yeah.
pick it up and move it, and you'll see like a effect. And then right-click, and it'll create a yellow line from where you started and a yellow dot to where you're going.
It won't let me do that.
Elizabeth, you're not holding it the right click. You're clicking
I
it once.
am.
I said you're not
What are you trying
supposed
to
to.
do?
You're supposed to click the right click and move it.
What the fuck?
Hold left, click right.
We're all discovering new things tonight. It's awesome.
No way. I guess Rocket Bat gagged a little bit by the viscera.
That's how you do that? What
Yep.
the
The run
hell?
thing, yeah.
And then the great part about it is after you do it, it'll show everybody
Oh,
how
no,
you
you didn't
move
know about that?
and the number of spaces you move. Yeah, Magpie and fucking John got it. Like,
Oh
Zach,
my
Zach-
Nobody ever told me
I've
that.
known that for years.
Are you kidding me? I've been like manually thinking in my head. Doing
Roll 20.
it.
We've been giving you
See,
shit for a
Cyberpunk
while,
just makes me look
but the
so good.
fundamentals are there. The fundamentals are there. Yeah,
Oh,
Magpie.
funny.
Cyberpunk is my shit. I love that. Okay, so you're gonna bolt. You move double.
Yep.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
not.
move double.
It's 8 squares, so it'd be 16 squares, not 16 meters.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was.
Sorry, that's another
Just
thing.
double it.
Yeah, so your measurements will come in 2 factors. What you're effectively doing when you move is you're going to move a number of meters equal to twice your movement. What we simplify it is just move a number of squares equal to your movement score. Easy peasy. So you got 8 more.
8? Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
8 more.
You're gonna be like right under the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be right outside. Yeah.
Okay.
How come I feel like there's gonna be like a train or
Okay.
something coming?
So what you see is not a train. Instead, it looks like it
Don't
is
worry, I got it.
a grading structure. And from what you can tell, it looks like it is a situation where it can be activated to create an electrical field to allow for Gravlev to move through it. It's basically it's a train track, but it's not like a train as you understand it.
The grab
Yeah.
train.
It's like a grab train.
Like the Black Panther train.
It looks like there's a door to the south that is sealed. looks like there is an access point for it to be opened there. And then to the north, where you're really looking, you can see a pink-haired clown rushing off in the distance, probably hearing sounds like as they run.
He's heading up there. He's gonna point.
Havoc.
So I guess I'm gonna run, so I'm gonna double my
Mhm.
movement.
I'm still like
Here.
baffled on
Okay.
that feature.
And that's it.
Bucket. Are you still? This is your last turn of Sandy?
Yeah, and I'm also gonna pop my Kerenzikov.
You can't have
Oh,
both.
Robert. You can activate it during it.
You cannot have both. They're both speedwear.
Well, no, the boost system.
You cannot have a Kerenzikov and.
It says you have to have speedwear to have this.
Sorry, the boost system.
Yeah, I was like, it says you have to have speedwear to
They're
use this
both
thing.
the same name. Yeah, you're right. So you're going to gain an additional move action. I remember.
Yes, so I'll move 3-5, so I'll move 15.
Let's call that one the boost system, so I don't get confused again.
Alright. Yeah, it's...
Kerenzikov is also a
One.
speedwear. That one's supposed to be paired with a Kerenzikov, but it can be paired with whatever.
Speedwear is speedwear.
Bucket's gonna move there and
Okay.
shoot this person twice.
He's not point blank, by the way. He is actually moved off the map, so he is actually a few
Oh.
spaces ahead of you. Based on his
That's fine.
movement, I believe he would be 4 squares out of from where he's currently standing. So 10 meters. So go ahead and take the shot.
Okay, yeah, I'll shoot twice. I'll shoot one at a time in case I jam, though.
Head or no head?
I jammed. It was no head anyway, but I jammed. It didn't matter.
What? No head? Smashes skateboard.
Oh,
no.
Just a very, very poor showing from me jamming twice in one night.
Looking at the overture, like,
they make pills for that,
It's
buddy.
crazy.
hell man, I'm sorry, doesn't even know.
Uh,
I make pills for that, buddy. Because I assume his voice gets deeper when he's on the Berserk.
Yeah.
Gino.
Oh, Bucket's just sad, and he can see the target. I'll take my secondary turn to active just to start clearing
I want
again.
to pause for a second and rewind. Magpie called, or sorry, Mono called Bucket Mr. Bucket, and nobody
Yeah.
made any fucking. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody stopped.
Mr. Bucket.
The last one that called me by my name is an ornament. So that will hold true.
Mr. Bucket.
Why did you go in a full circle?
So I wanted to ask if I could. Is it so dashing's a thing?
Running, yeah,
Okay, and you go double your movement speed.
correct. If you are not running in a straight line, if you are running in a straight line, it's 4 times. You are not running in a straight line. You're going to be moving around stuff and getting over there. Any other questions, John?
Just go in a circle, John. It's
John,
okay.
you're lagging a bit.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and move. Double your movement. You got 2 more squares after that.
How do I?
Yeah, because that was 10
Hey,
squares.
rookie.
You got 1 more square after that.
Hey, rookie. See
There
you,
you go.
rookie.
See you.
So from your vantage point, you can see Bucket not too far behind the guy. The guy looks like he's about to like hoof it, like full speed, get a tilt, like go. So yeah, it's gonna be long guns at this point. Letty, if you're staying at the door, you're moving the drone in.
Yep.
Okay.
She'll
It's-
probably pop out a little bit from
It is
behind the door, but
Fortunately, not capable of taking the run action. It is not something that they do, but it will move up. Okay.
fair.
It goes to him. He is going to run. Bucket. He goes. 4 times 5 is 20. So
Okay.
he is 20 squares out. So 40 meters out from you. He is getting some distance. El Mono.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12, 13. So that's 13. So I have 3 more.
So yeah, you'd be 3 off
Square.
board, and you would be 17 behind him. But based on your speed versus his speed, you're pretty sure that if it comes to a run situation, you're going to gain on him, and you will close the gap.
Yes.
Isaac, if you pop out, you will have a perfect shot, straight down range.
Hey.
Child. Probably not the best game for her child.
No.
So get out of here.
I guess if
Yeah.
my baby cat can watch it, though, I guess.
So- Yeah, sorry, she's. Hey,
Okay.
Junior!
It's okay.
Play! But,
It's totally okay. So if you pop out into the tunnelway, you can get a shot on the back of this guy. And it looks like he's moving pretty fast. If you'd like to take the shot, you can. You'd probably switch off of auto fire and then shoot.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Me to move this. You should. You need me to go move the spaces first here.
Yeah, you just move out into the middle of the tunnel
Yeah. Go right here.
and then taking the shot. It's going to be at about
Yep.
30, 40 meters. So go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage.
Will do. If I could find my. Where'd my character sheet go? Oh, there it is.
Another fun fact about Roll20, if you lose your character sheet, it closes or whatever, you can select your token, hold shift, and then double click your token, and it'll bring up your character sheet.
I do know that one.
I did not know that one.
Write these
Wow.
down. Write these down.
Yeah, write it down.
Write it down. Write it down.
Magpie's like, Cyberpunk is my jam. She's like me and Johnny Silverhand hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's great is that range and that roll of 14 is exactly what you needed to hit. You hit him square in the back. You hear a loud "Kapoo!" as he slams onto the ground the steel. And Bucket and Mano, you can see that this guy running is hit in the back with a rubber bullet, more of a baton. Slams into his back. You can see the welt form immediately, and he hits the ground unconscious.
I got him.
So I'm just going to go to a role-playing term. You're berserking right now, Elmano.
Yeah.
Do you pause for a second and hit the button and just kind of like realize the fight's over, or do you run over to the guy who's knocked unconscious and just go nuts? It's entirely up to you how you want to play it.
Traumatize the child, or you do not.
How do I interpret "don't let him get away"?
That's up to you. That's up to you, girl.
Does anyone say anything else?
No. I'm asking you because next on the dock it would have been Bucket, and Bucket's not saying anything, right? You're not going to talk shit. You're just like, okay, well, cool, right? Job's done, right? Is that where Bucket's brain is? My gun sucks, and I need to fucking worry about that right now.
I mean, Bucket's upset. I'm not gonna lie. Bucket would 100% put a bullet in the back of this guy's head once he unjams his gun, but
yeah, if it didn't jam,
that is because of frustration.
What are you gonna take what are you gonna take the bullet out and then put it inside of his head? Because it's not gonna work.
Stomp
this
it
way,
in there if
jackass.
necessary. Yes.
Oh my god.
I have that sniper. I'll pull it out.
Oh my god.
There's a guy back
Yeah,
here
I mean-
that's not technically dead.
Man, it very clearly
Yeah.
looks like you're rushing forward angrily.
Yeah.
Johnny, what does your character say?
Hey, I got him. He's down for the count.
It looks
Yeah,
like
he
El
is.
Mano keeps running.
Oh, stop. I knocked him out.
Okay.
There's no need to kill
Great.
him.
So what I'm going to have you do is go to social, and there should be an option for you to roll persuasion.
Ooh.
Yeah, persuade me, kid.
And have pierogies.
Yep. Social persuasion. Okay.
Ha!
That's not very persuasive.
That can't be right.
No, don't do it.
I think-
Wham,
Level
wham,
0.
wham.
I think
Yeah.
persuasion is an automatic 2 to start with. I think I just missed that one. So go ahead and put 2 ranks in that for me. Let me double check.
How do I put 2 ranks?
And do I
Click on
roll
that
something
edit
to
button up at the
contest
top.
it?
No, I'm
His
gonna.
persuasion should be what is cool is at minimum.
Well, yeah,
right?
I believe
6.
so.
Okay, there's a 6.
So
He rolled a 2.
Oh, he doesn't. This man dies.
He's like, oh, sir, please stop.
Yeah.
I have these rubber bullets, Elmano. Stop it.
What I will say is that is the case. You would watch Isaac as Elmano rushes forward to the guy on the ground, grabs a hold of them, and do you want me to describe what happens next, or do you want to give it a go?
So like, you know that scene where the Hulk just like unleashes on Loki
Grabs the ankle,
and just
slams him into a
It's like,
wall,
slams
scrapes him
him into
across
a
the
wall.
ceiling as he drags him straight down into the floor. Just,
Oh.
and you watch as that clown is obliterated by that luchador. Which is a sentence I just said with my face.
That's a very funny sentence, yeah.
Oh. You just see him just
It's like
absolutely appalled. and
he like drops his
sorry.
rifle onto its like sling, like hanging from his arm, and just places his hands on his head, like oh. And then Gino, you walk up behind him.
He's like mouth over, hands over mouth, just like.
Hey, this is real shit, kid.
Not rubber
That's what
bullet
happens
shit.
when you go on these missions.
What the fuck?
Let's get ready for him.
He was already down. He was already. I don't think he did it after.
And you saw me cream that gonk back there, Skull.
I
You'll get there.
but
Then he,
just don't want to
I don't know,
spill any more blood. Dude, he's
pats him on the back really hard.
Wasn't there another clown further down?
No,
Oh,
it's-
yeah,
Or was this
that's
the
it.
one?
That's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one unconscious. There is one that is unconscious.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knocked out the other one back there too. You know.
Isaac, the character, did he see the like grinder and like the body farm?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would just turn and be like, "You have sympathy for this," and just
Oh, no.
walk up and pat Elmano like.
All right, you're done.
Almano's like pull down, just holding like the ankle that's left. Just like, yeah, you're done. Just tosses the body.
And then like deactivate.
Sweat and blood just mixing in the
And it's
mask.
just like
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, guys.
In his mind, he's just like, people pay me for this. People.
So much money.
What I will say is what you will learn in processing this space, because we're going to move into this next beat. The northern path, the northern tunnel, seems to move towards Pacifica, and it connects with the transnational rail system, which is no longer in use and hasn't been since like the 2030s, but it still exists. And this appears to have been a part of it that has been refurbished. And based on what you can see, the paneling, the electric kind of floor paneling that would use like a rail, there's no way it would function. Whatever's going through here, it's more likely that they probably just like get a car down here somehow and drive it to and fro. Where it goes in Night City, the only way you would know that is if you explored it. The door to the south, I mentioned, is closed, but it does have a panel that appears to be utilizable. If you wish to inspect it and see if that door can be opened, and whether or not you can get the tunnel towards South Night City open or not is up to you. Also, for those of you who are kind of more minded towards the whole of the continuity of the group, this position would be a godsend for any nomad family that can get a hold of it if it directly leads into South California. Because, as I mentioned, anything that moves over that border gets fragged, zeroed, obliterated, destroyed by heavy cannons. Just a lot of crazy shit. They do not care. It's shoot on sight. But if you
I can think of one family that.
Yeah.
That,
Absolutely.
At least a couple of us have contact with.
Absolutely.
You want me to try the door? I'm asking Letty.
Go for it.
Is it basic or electronic?
Hold on, let me come back. Where's this door?
Waiting
Here.
to see.
Okay. I'm sorry I got blood on your stuff, Miss Letty.
Okay, so it's going to be a strangely, I believe this one is either interface, which I know you don't have.
No.
That's not your suite, or not electronic security. It is cybertech.
Oh yeah, I'd roll that all day.
Roll cybertech.
23.
Okay, so what you learn is that this security system is less of a security structure and more of an AI construct. With cybertech, you're able to basically disarm the construct and remove it. You can do so by removing it into the ether, effectively deleting the program. Or if you'd like and you have a data shard available, you can isolate the AI and put it onto the shard. That could be problematic moving forward, depending on what the AI does.
Oh man, AI has not done me well. Um,
You could just kill it in the you could kill it in the crib here, or you can remove it and try and get your Netrunner crew to do what they want. And
Letty, your call.
I just got a new
I don't
person.
make these calls.
Yeah. I don't get paid for that.
Nope.
Jeez.
You're the one who deals with AI more than anyone else, so.
It's true. I do have one in my apartment.
Mhm.
So killing the AI, both have their ups and downs.
You don't know what it does, so if
Yeah.
you pull it and keep it, you'd need someone who has an expert mind of it to figure out what it is.
Right.
I know you have plenty connects, and I'd be willing to hold on to it or give it over to you or give it over to whoever you tell me to.
More likely, it's just an enhanced demon that's used for door protection.
Yeah. I would say go ahead and kill it.
Okay. Boss's word.
You could shoot it with rubber rounds.
Let's not break things.
It's not our property.
It's going to be someone's that we know is property, at least transport wise, if we have the same idea. Now I would look at Letty and go, now my next thing is I want that car up there. You can keep your Eddies. I want that car.
All right. Fair trade.
And I say this in good faith, knowing even if I can't get the car because of circumstances, I've made the deal. I'm going to say that out loud.
Okay. Point. So you, with the clown bodies, you wish to pull them out of this site? Take them upstairs, add them to the number of corpses you have. I presume that, Isaac, you are detaining the rubber-rounded bozo and keeping him to yourself?
Well, put him on hogwash too, right? Isn't that what they do?
He's not a cyber psycho. He wouldn't
No.
even be worth the filming.
We keep those alive, too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Cyber psychos are more important because it's not their fault they're murdering. These people chose their life.
Yeah.
Mm,
These guys are the
Yeah,
bad guys.
Wait, hold on. That's actually a great role-playing moment. Pause for a second. Isaac says to Gino, so these are the kind of people that we save, right? And then Gino says, nothing because he's making pudding.
He's a strong
Pudding
silent
Damn it,
type.
John!
He's probably muted. He's probably just muted.
Pudding
Yeah, I was just
boy.
And so Gino
You can
says,
say something like, "No, these gonks are the scum of the earth. We don't fuck these people."
They as you
Kicks the
you might
unconscious
say
guy.
get off on it.
Yeah, these people are scum.
I mean, not even a second chance. I mean,
No.
the no.
Honestly,
second-
kid,
you
you're the only reason he's alive. He's
I
very
say
lucky
that.
for it.
Maybe it could be a turning point in his life. I mean,
It won't. It look at him. Look at him. Okay.
Gino,
He's dressed
like,
as a clown.
as Isaac's holding him
Clown.
like, and getting ready to like carrying him, Gino grabs like his clown hair and lifts it up, and you can see as his like unconscious like face, his mouth opens, and you can see that his teeth are all chromed out, and it has like engraved in it says kill it all.
No.
I'd walk up to Isaac and
And
say, "I heard
and
you say something about Hogwatch. Like
Oh.
they save innocence. They save corpo mistakes. These
Right.
aren't either of those.
No, this isn't. This is a psycho, not a cyber psycho. Much different.
I mean, I see, but if we continue to kill, would we? I
Alright,
I just don't wanna steal any- I
Elmano
don't-
walks up. He's like, "You're a good kid, but
I just
that's not how the world works.
No.
I don't want to spill any blood. The city's already drowned in
You
it.
don't have to."
Oh, I was about to say.
Elmano,
I would openly hand the unconscious body over to Elmano to just.
You
Rip
don't
it in.
you don't have to, kid.
so
Is
Havoc, as you're hearing this conversation, you are kind of doing a surveil on the kid because you're like, did he really come out here with all rubber rounds? And it looks like he has quite a few clips on him. You do see that not clips, magazines. You see that he has a number of magazines for his Militech Ronin. You use the same rifle. It's a very common rifle in Cyberpunk as a whole. You realize that he only has one magazine that has lethal rounds in it. The rest are all rubber rounds, basically non-lethal rounds. You look at your belt pack and then into your pouch where you have hundreds and hundreds of rounds for each of your weapons. And
He's just a baby.
how would you like to move forward?
I mean, I my character would leave him be because he's got his convictions. He's got to learn.
Yeah. You've got your convictions as well. Yours just are a little bit more grounded in trauma that's happened to you. It definitely feels like this kid has not had a lot of bad things happen to him yet.
Yeah.
Kind of sad that that's going to be the case.
Letty, you need this one alive?
I mean, it would be good to know what they were down here for. But
Okay.
it
Well, he
is
lucks
not
out.
necessary.
Okay,
Oh.
he looks out. Didn't ask the reason why. He just said, sure, okay.
I mean, I was about to big nuts him in the head, and then
You get back up to the surface, and we're just going to rotate through the last portion, which is relatively simple. You would go into the audit violators protein farm. It's a very large, kind of, white building. The white plastic walls of it are semi-transparent to allow for sunlight to get in. When you open it up, there's kind of a strange humidity that's present inside of this space.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've ever been to like a biome or something to that effect, it's that. You do see that there are several of the same kind of bags hanging from a rack as there were in the trailer, identical to the ones that were in the trailer.
Lady faces.
And you can see that there's only one living person in this space. A woman wearing nothing besides a white lab coat, who looks identical to the woman that Elmano beat the shit out of in the basement, down to the perfectly white skin, the face done up like a clown, and her hair, instead of being blue, is bright red. And she appears to be hunched over what, Letty, you would know is basically the mechanism for the generation process of the proteins. And she seems to be kind of like scooping out the material and placing it manually into a bag. She does not stop this process when you enter into the space. She doesn't look up at you. She just keeps working, naked but for the lab coat, as she continues to fill the body with human meat.
Jeez.
Miss Letty.
I feel like there are more efficient ways to do that. Um,
She starts chuckling, but not like laughing out loud. Just and then seals the bag, and then hangs it on the rack, slides it over, walks over, and then starts the process of generating another individual. You can see that there's a matrix that she's generating it from. It's like 3D printing, but with flesh.
yep. Delicious. Excuse me?
Doesn't respond.
Am
Doesn't
I
look up.
interrupting? Okay.
Kind of elicits a but nothing else.
Gentlemen, I shall look at Gino and Isaac. Could you please detain her?
Nate, that's what you need to say. And he fucking boom cuffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get him.
Okay. Walk over together. Ready for anything. You grab one of her arms, and she resists. She's not very strong, so you very easily kind of get her arm behind her back. And as you kind of pull her away from her task, she starts screaming, "No! No!" in bloody murder, just screaming at the table as she's trying to get back to it. Eventually, you get her restrained and are able to kind of maneuver her with the cuffs. But she is struggling against the cuffs. You can see that she's like chafing her arms against the metal of it, trying to get back to the station that she was working at. You do a courtesy for her. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, could I non-lethal try to dunk, not like...
You just brain her, like knock her on the head? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a brawling roll or martial arts if you have it. And then I was going to say, Isaac, I assume you just kind of like reach around and kind of close her coat up and like button it up so she's not like, showing off.
Yeah, indecent. Yeah.
Indecently.
Hey, brawling.
You try to, and she as the buttonings happen, she kind of moves into Isaac, and you swing, and you kind of club Isaac in the shoulder, and he's like, "Ah, what are you doing?"
Hey.
And then he.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again.
No, he kind of moves her out of the way, kicking and screaming, and gets her out the door without being knocked unconscious. She enters into the light.
Question?
Go ahead.
I know this is Cyberpunk, but are there Miranda rights?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
What rights?
Absolutely not.
We
there are
executed
no
people in a
rights.
subway.
There are no rights.
You said rights.
I'm gonna post a tutorial lesson for you after the session, and I want everybody to watch every minute of it so you understand how cops operate in Night City. I will show you the video. It will help you mentally understand how cops work. It's not how cops are supposed to work, and it's not how cops work on the screen sheets or in the TV. They definitely gloss it up to make it seem like cops are cool. But yeah, in Night City, they are as bad as another gang.
So I imagine Johnny would be yelling rights at her as they're trying to.
Oh yeah, he'd be doing it by the book. Sure, yeah, that fair.
Yeah.
Whatever they taught him in
God.
basic. Whatever they taught him in
Punch him in the
basic.
back of the head.
Nobody fucking says that shit, kid.
Yeah, we really don't care about that.
Why? It's
You
their
get
basic
her
right.
into the vehicle. The Tove sees the situation, has been watching the situation through the drone that's remained. It seems that the drone has been commanded by Letty to pick up the other robot and carry it back because it's still property. And they load up in the vehicle. Bucket, are you leaving the group at this point and taking the Aldecado ride out of here?
If possible.
Yep, it's very easy for you to commandeer this vehicle as your own. It has one seat besides. Is there anybody who wants a ride?
Elmano, you want some pierogies?
Yes.
Elmano,
We'll move the seat back out.
into the vehicle. Surprisingly
Like,
spacious, actually.
Ah.
What should I say? Do you want to strap him on top?
Yay!
You would honestly, that would be so great.
Don't spend your 1,000 eddies all at the pierogi place.
They dip. Letty, you
And
wire
no
the cash
promises, Miss
that way
Letty.
when you get a chance. Everybody else gets into the vehicle, drives back to where you met, and then at that point she can either dump you there if she wishes to, because that was the job, and then pay you. Obviously, Isaac needs to recover the squad car. And
Yeah.
you have the clown that you spared, the one that was underneath. So you're gonna probably take him down to down to your precinct for processing, so he can be tried like a regular criminal. And then for Letty and her prisoner, you'll be returning back to downtown. You'll be heading back to Biotechnica headquarters. So
Mhm.
Havoc, you're homeless. I don't know if you picked up on that. So anywhere you want to go, you can go. Taking a bus from here to somewhere in Night City, probably a hassle. So you might just ride with her back to City Center. There's some pretty good places like under, overpasses and the like to sleep around there. It's not too bad. So you head back in. Havoc is dropped off at the city center. Isaac heads to the Glen, or rather Wellspring, to his department. Gino, you're riding with Isaac as well. You're kind of sad that he's like taking the time to detain this guy, but you do ask him some questions that will be pertinent. But you'll learn that they are there to traffic drugs from SoCal to Night City.
Yeah.
Also, they
Tracks.
are working for someone who goes by G. They say they get their payments from a person named G. When it comes to Letty, the I&O detachment quickly understand that this individual has been somehow given cyberpsychosis. They don't know how, but when they investigate the individual, it looks like they've been given a Knight Corporation behavioral modifying chip, which should normally make somebody really compliant and willing to do long hours of work.
Yeah.
Don't we wish we had those? No, we don't.
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
But it seems to have elicited a psychotic response.
Do I not already have that? What?
Especially when she was removed from her task. While that is happening, Frederick Red comes to you, and I am not going to be very good at doing a heavy Italian accent, so I'm just going to not try.
I'm not either.
What are you saying I should try? Oh, that was okay.
Like
That
everyone's
was,
from Transylvania.
that was pretty good. Oh yeah, that is
Yeah,
Transylvania.
very
That is
good, very
Okay,
good. This is very good.
He comes.
There you go.
He comes down.
Great silver screen Dracula
Yeah.
there.
He comes down and says, "I assume that you had no issues.
Did not seem to.
I have it.
Just one of the robots got a little in the fight, but
He kind of dismissively waves his hand and says, "We have
It's fine.
dozens. It's fine." So, I don't know if your crew were unfortunate enough to see what was happening in that specific protein farm.
somewhere.
We should talk. I would like to set up a meeting with you off-site. Do you have a location that you'd prefer?
Do I?
Come to Bucket's Wet Works.
Fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Not
The pierogi shop.
He says, "Okay. I
How
will
do you like
see you this evening. I will see if I can't book out a table for us, and we will have our discussion. I just want you to understand that I was aware of what was going to be present there before you went. I'm also aware of connections that you might have to what was happening there. Do you understand?
I believe I do.
And when we discuss this matter, understand I am not coming for you. I just want to make sure everything between us is laid bare. A manager-employee relationship should be one of trust,
Of course.
He does not mean that in a sexual harassment way.
Right.
He does not mean-
Oh, HR.
He does not. He does not mean that in that way. It should be one of trust, especially since we are in a very sensitive department. Information and optics is every little thing can be looked at bad about a company. Every little thing, especially
Of course,
when
we have been in the news recently.
several times.
It is unfortunate.
We'll
Now
discuss
we're
it more.
friends.
We'll discuss it more over dinner. I appreciate your work. You did a great job.
I appreciate you.
He will walk off, cane tapping against the metal of the security chamber that you're kind of walking, or he's walking out of. As you kind of turn and look back, you can see that the interrogation process has kind of reached a standstill. They're not really communicating with her. She's not communicating with them. And you would understand at this point that that's going to be a very interesting conversation at dinner, which we'll handle at a later point. I know we're a few minutes early. It did round out to a pretty easy kind of ending here. And I have to use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks for... Yeah, I got to make pudding. Thanks for watching those that did. We will see you tomorrow night as we run more Cyberpunk all night. Just every night we're just going to do Cyberpunk now. Good night, everybody.
Fucking in Mooney's adventure.
Yay.
Bye.